It is Tuesday, July 22nd, and it is time to get in the weeds. I'm Jeremy Lambert. That is SP3. And as always, we got a lot to talk about. SP3, how you doing, buddy?
I am doing wonderful. It's a Tuesday. I don't have any Monday blues because it's Tuesday, and I'm here to talk about some wrestling and some basketball because we have a lot to discuss. Because Rob Pelinka is like a kid who did extra credit, and his score for the free agency period went from a solid D to D minus, and now he's a C plus B minus student with that quickly. That quickly, he's a C plus B minus student because of one acquisition. So we got to talk about that. Talk about Chris Paul trying to reclaim his leg.
Marcus Smart?
Yes. Yes. We needed a perimeter defender. No matter how much he's declined in the last couple of years, he's a perimeter defender, and he's better than anybody else we had on the perimeter. So that makes him a B minus student at best. But we also got to talk about Chris Paul trying to stake his claim. We did our GOAT conversation a couple of weeks back, and we said that he was the GOAT of the Los Angeles Clippers, and he's back on the Clippers to reclaim his status as the GOAT. Damian Lillard was in the running for Portland Trailblazers GOAT, and now he's back on that team. We got a lot's happened in the NBA. It's like it's not as busy as the first week of free agency, but it's the busiest week we've had since the first week of free agency this past week. So we got to talk about it, and we got, of course, some wrestling because I know you guys like to talk about wrestling.
I don't think our chat does like it. I think they.
I know y'all spent like an hour and a half talking about TNA. I thought that Jeremy's head was going to explode.
It was a great show. That was a fantastic show because they did all the wrong things. So that show.
This is true. That's the reason why y'all talked about it so long. Yeah. I was like, I thought I was going to do like an hour yesterday on True Hill Heat. Wound up talking for nearly 2 hours because me and Chase had PTSD of the last 23 years of TNA making the wrong decisions. And we just started rolling off of them, of Raven in 2003, Monty Brown in 2004. We were just running off with them. Every year had somebody that should have won a world title or should have won a big matchup that did it in TNA history. So maybe I'll share some thoughts for y'all here since everybody else did. NJPW, G1 Climax, because, can't depend on Joe Pearl to talk about it on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
But we had the first... Your mic keeps cutting in and out.
It's probably because I'm talking too loud. Let me talk like this. Talk monotone, guys. I got to talk about the first weekend where we talk about the G1 Climax 35 tournament. Tai Chi doing the damn thing in his hometown over the weekend. Then this morning, pulling out one of the big wins of the tournament for him. We got to talk about Yota Tsuji and Yuya Uemura having, in my opinion, a match of the tournament this morning. We got a lot to discuss from G1 Climax. I actually just watched part of the double main event from the Stardom show as well. So if you want me to talk about that, I'll talk about all the things that Joe Pearl won't talk about because he's too busy talking about TNA and whether he's retiring on Thursdays or not.
I've not seen today's G1. I gotta watch that later on this afternoon, but I'm good otherwise on the G1. I've not seen the matches from today. You want to jump into G1 real quickly?
Why not?
Gabe Kidd's out. This is the most. Well, he's not. I don't know if he's out.
Yeah, he's not out. I was like, is this breaking news that you're giving me? Because Sunday. So
it
Sunday
didn't look
show,
good though. It didn't look good.
No. Immediately during that matchup with Konosuke Takeshita. By the way, terrific matchup. I thought that was the best match of day one of the G1. I think they're going back and forth. They're running the ropes, and Takeshita goes for the Takeshita line, but he lands weird, and he lands on top of Gabe, and he lands on his knee, and you can immediately see Gabe favoring the knee, trying to stretch it out. But I was like, oh man, this might put a pause to this whole matchup. But he just let the adrenaline flow, and he just kept working. And they had a hard hitting, kind of never open weight style matchup, bunch of hard hits, bunch of big chops, high impact moves. In the end, Takeshita gets the win with like a chicken crossface chicken wing choke for the victory to get the win. Post match, they even got into a post match brawl. But I was always like I was like, I hope he's all right. I hope he could put ice on the knee, because he got 8 more matches this tournament. And then night 2 started off with Gabe coming out. And mind you, night 2 had an early start for me, because I know for you guys it was easy.
Is it like 1?
It was like 1 a.m. Eastern, but for me it's like 6 a.m. And I had to not watch Collision. I went to sleep at like midnight so I could wake up in time. So I woke up at 6. And mind you, if I don't wake up at 6, I'm probably very confused by the end of the show, because the big hype for day 2 was first time ever IWGP World Heavyweight Champion versus IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion Zack Sabre Jr. versus Gabe Kidd. And last year they had one of the best matches of the tournament. So that was the real reason I woke up for that show. And it's a 10-match show. So that's going to be the main event. But he comes out at the beginning of the show. He's on crutches, and he basically says that he suffered an injury in his first matchup, and he's going to be unable. He's been pulled. He hasn't been medically cleared to compete in the main event of tonight's show. But he said, he kind of defiantly said that he will not be pulling himself from the G1 Climax tournament. He says that he will be back. This G1 will still be his G1, and he's determined to get back. So he had a couple of days to rest. So he didn't work on Sunday. He was off everyone was off on Monday. Today was A block, so he was off again. So we'll see tomorrow if he's going to be back for his next matchup or not.
I hope he's able to get back in it, because I know I picked him to make the play, and you were. I don't remember if you had him there in the.
I think I did. I think I did have him in the final 3 for B block. Yeah.
All right. So we both had him in the final 3, and yeah, the match with Takeshita was fantastic. So he was also a great start, at least in-ring wise, and it felt like he had something to prove and was going to prove something in this G1. And so hopefully he's able to be part of it. The fact that he was like, I'm gonna rest up, I'm gonna do it, then I think that's a good sign, instead of just replacing him, because it was so early in the tournament that they could have just easily replaced him. But the fact that they felt a little comfortable of like, nope, we're gonna let it, we're gonna see how he's feeling, and then maybe he can still return. We shall see with Gabe Kidd. So best wishes to Gabe Kidd. Hopefully he's able to be back in this tournament and continue to compete. I thought night 1 was fine, and there was like, outside of Takeshi and Kidd, obviously, like the rest of the show was like, Yumura and Oleg Boltin, that was good. I know you had the love Ren Narita defeating Zack Sabre Jr.
Surprisingly, that was a surprisingly very good matchup. I was so shocked. That was actually Ren at his best, without a lot of the usual House of Torture nonsense. He did win in like nefarious ways, but it wasn't constant interference and ref bumps and all that stuff. I thought it was a good way. That was like the big surprise of day 1. I thought day 1, I agree, it was just solid enough show. I think the highlights were that Kid Takeshita matchup, Narita and ZSJ, and the main event, Tanahashi and Taichi having old man hoops.
Tanahashi, at least for that match, had his working boots on. So we'll see if he's able to continue that kind of pace as the tournament continues to unfold. Because his second match,
they're smartly pacing him, like you said, like you're about to say.
Yeah, his second match was a lot shorter than the first match. So, and we'll see how he's able to pace himself throughout this tournament. Kind of the same thing with night 2. Like, I thought it was good. It was fine. Nothing like blow away on this. Like, I don't think we've had that classic G1 match yet. I'm sure it'll come at some point, but it hasn't been there yet. I know.
Well, to be fair to the G1, I think like it was towards like the middle of the tournament last year that they started having like the great matches. Like I think like the best match through like the first half of the tournament was probably Shingo and Gabe Kidd, and I think like maybe like day 8 or so like that, it was like then we had the Takeshita ELP matchup, which became like the match of the tournament and the match everybody was talking about and raving about. I think we've had great matches on all the nights. I thought that the like you said, Takeshita and Kid from night 1. I thought night 2 had 2 great matches. The Takeshita and ELP, who just have this weird chemistry with one another where they just have nothing short of great matches. Like I've never seen them even have a good match. They just have great matches every time out. And ELP, he's someone that's kind of underrated when you really talk to like people that are just like casual New Japan fans. They don't know how great ELP can be if you haven't been watching him since he first came into New Japan when he was in the junior heavyweight division, and he had like show stealers in the Best of Super Juniors with like Robbie Eagles in Kurgan Hall and Rocky Romero in Kurgan Hall. He had some great matches with Will Ospreay and stuff like that. But yeah, he always shows out whenever he's in there with Takeshita, and finally got the win against Takeshita. So that was probably my favorite matchup of day 2. And then the main event though was freaking otherworldly for 2 guys that another 2 guys that are very underrated, Yuya Uemura and Tai Chi. I think Tai Chi's been the MVP so far, especially from this morning show as well. I know. It's insane. It's insane. Hello. You want to bring the dogs in here? All right.
Bring Dada and see the dogs. Bring Dada to see the dogs.
Okay, the dogs are getting comfortable in here. They're all now. I have a dog under me. I have a dog on my side, but he's comfortable in here. It's an invasion, buddy. All right, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. He's just sitting. He's come. Oh, okay.
He's not going.
Okay,
anywhere.
you're gonna knock over my mic. You want to say hi to the people? There we go. All right.
Crotch.
Just
shot.
on my
What a
crotch, pretty
camera
much.
shot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Come on, buddy.
Come on, buddy. All right.
Buddy.
Go ahead. Oh, there's my light. Okay, cool.
We got a special guest. I got him out of bed for this. I'm pretty sure I woke him up for this.
Look at this transition. We'll continue G1 talk later.
It's been a while since we've talked to this man. I hope he's doing well. Resting up, healing up. We got the Smitty in about a month, August 23rd, I believe. The Smitty returns. Our pal, our good friend, Cole Radrick.
What's up, man? How we doing,
buddy?
I'm good.
So cool.
You guys were talking about dogs, so I figured bring in the big dog. You know what I'm saying? What up? Yes, sir. The Smitty returns. MWT presents the Smitty August 23rd, Spencer, Indiana. 16 competitors, one night, one epic tournament under the deep blue sea. Yeah, pretty excited, man. Pretty much. I was actually about to take a nap, and I did in fact look up when we had communicated about being on the show, and I remember you were like, "Oh, any day this week." And I was like, "Was it Tuesday or Wednesday?" I looked it up, and it was today. And you had literally sent me the link, like when I had set my phone down, being like, "Shit, like we got to get up and do this." But no, I've been up since 6 a.m. I went, dropped Crane off at work, and went and worked out, and made a big breakfast. I was actually going to take a nap post breakfast, but we're here, we're live, and I'm happy to be here.
How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Honestly, recovery is going well. Miss wrestling, miss being on the road, miss doing my thing. It is very weird settling back into normal life. You know, like I was explaining to one of my PT therapists, you know, like I went from every weekend I was in 2-3 states to now I'm just in Bloomington. And that's kind of like the weirdest transition. And I'm keeping up with GCW and all the wrestling that I can, and I definitely fucking miss it. I definitely miss being on the road, definitely miss being in front of crowds, definitely miss getting invited to hang out with Jeremy on his podcast.
You've had an open invite. You've had an open
Chat,
invite.
listen, they're not letting
You
this
had
man
the
lie to
same
you.
link. You had the same link.
It's the same link. It's never
It's
changed.
never.
It's never changed.
You
We
think?
don't change
Okay,
our
but do
link.
we know anybody that just actively has the same link for like, hey, here's the same link that goes to different. It always changes.
No,
I would think
it
it's
doesn't.
There we go. Another invasion. Kitty invasion.
Do I need to get my cat in here to run in next?
scared the shit out. All right. Well, Felix has joined the chat.
The
but
link
yeah.
does not change, Cole. You
Okay.
can click the link I sent you today. You can click it a month from now, and you will be on our show, assuming we're on the air. Otherwise, you'll just be hanging out backstage by yourself with nothing to do.
Okay. Well,
The link doesn't change.
I'm glad to know that. But I am glad to be back on. I'm glad to be here. Glad to see everybody. And yeah, mainly just trying to keep my head on straight and get back to wrestling as quickly and safely as possible.
Safely? That doesn't sound like you at all.
What?
Being safe.
Come on, dude.
Doesn't sound like you. I mean, you're safe with others. I'm not saying you're a bad worker or anything. I'm just saying like you do dumb
I've
shit
heard.
in the ring, Like
I mean, sometimes
yeah.
I did get hurt in the ring though, so like we
I know
can't
you
say it's just that. I got I got hurt, at the gym.
Inherently all wrestlers do dumb shit in the ring. They're wrestlers.
I mean, I think at one point in any wrestler's career, they're like, "Are we kind of dumb?" It's like at some point. Now, there are some really smart wrestlers, and like I'm not saying are we dumb for getting into wrestling or anything like that. But there's some points where like I've definitely been like, no normal person is just gonna be like, yeah, this is a great idea. Let's let me get dropped on my head.
Yeah. Look, we love you guys for it, and I say dumb shit lovingly, but
like for example, I was going to bed last night, and as I was going to bed, Karina's asleep. I'm watching dirt track racing on the TV, and I'm just like, I used to do moonsaults off chairs onto like concrete floors in front of like 30 people. Camera, dramatic, on the regular, like. And now I'm 27, and I don't know if there's a fine like good knees or bad knees, ACL, no ACL. Like I don't know if there's a financial number that I could be talked into doing that again. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, wow, that was inherently dumb.
That's the business, brother.
Yeah, man. How have y'all been?
I'm well. I didn't want to have you on during the finals because you would be mean to me, and I didn't want you to be mean to me.
He was going through it, Cole. He was going through it.
We were all going through it. Yeah.
Hey, I was rooting. Jeremy could tell you, I was rooting for both of these teams. I was high on the Indiana Pacers.
Teams.
I said the Indiana Pacers were going to at least make it to the conference finals, but I thought y'all would have to face the Boston Celtics. When y'all faced the Knicks, I was definitely rooting for y'all.
Oh,
I don't like the Knicks. I'm from New York, so I don't like the Knicks.
when we were facing the Knicks, I knew it was wraps. Like I knew finals ticket purchase. Like
I wanted the Knicks so bad. I was like, oh god, I hope the Knicks win because we would have beat them in 4. We would have easily beat them in 4. That would have been a much more positive series for my mental health if it was the Knicks. The Pacers series.
What in the finals?
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing: you do realize Tyrese Halliburton does not go down with that injury. You guys lose that game.
I mean, I don't want to
Tyrese
say
Halliburton
that.
was on demon mode. That man had witchcraft flowing through his veins.
He was playing great. It was.
Did you
7
see the
minutes into
pregame
game.
shot of him just staring? That man was in a different universe. As a guy that has wrestled people and had awesome matches, and like you just have that look in somebody's eye, and it's just different. That man was in a different universe. I will go to my grave on that. that was a generational lock-in that man was on. All right. And I will not constitute anything less for what we should have had. Now, did the Oklahoma City Thunder absolutely shut that shit down? Any hopes of a comeback or rallying around Tyrese? Absolutely. They played great afterwards. Absolutely.
I mean, we were still down at the half. I was still going through it even at the half.
Imagine if Tyrese was still in the game, bro.
I wish he didn't get hurt.
We're up by 20.
I mean, come on.
We are
up by 20.
If we're being truly honest, there should have never been a game 7.
Why? You should have won game 4?
Game 5. Yes.
Yeah.
We should have won game 4.
Okay, but we should have won game 1, though.
Exactly.
So
if
we're going to play that,
like,
we should have won game 1.
Listen, I'm just saying it's tragic that 2 Indiana sports stars go down with leg injuries in the same year. You know?
I agree.
And honestly, I would sacrifice my other Achilles just for Tyrese Halliburton to finish game 7.
I wish he would have played through game or not played through.
And here's the thing, like legitimately speaking, I would have happily lost with Tyrese still in the game. But that man was
an injury.
That man was. I'm sorry, I'm trying to angle to get Felix in the chat here. That man was generationally locked in, and I have never been like goosebumps fired up since that moment.
I didn't want to see him get hurt. You don't wish injury on anybody. You especially don't wish that kind of injury.
And he's a one of one like generational talent. Like going into the Cavs series this year, I was like, whatever like extension. Like I know we just paid Tyrese, but like whatever extension to get him like a lifetime deal, like let's do it. Like he is the guy that I am down to rally around, and I'm still down to rally around. I'm not done. I'm not giving up on him. Like him being out for the 2025-2026 season, I do not think that's a bad thing at all. Like I don't care. Let the man heal. Like let him get as close to 100% and as close to being back as he can. Like, because guess what? Yeah. He's still going to be an elite passer. He's still going to be an elite pace, like a court spreader. Like, it's not always the end of the world. You know what I mean?
There is,
it sucks.
An Achilles injury. I don't know what his explosiveness and his first step, how that's gonna go. But
fair point there, senior nerd. Good one. Good one. It's been how Caitlin Clark too.
Clark, obviously.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, three. There you go. There's 3 now. Yeah. What do you think about the Miles Turner deal going to Milwaukee?
He gave Indiana 10 years. He went to the finals. Like I'm like, if he's happy, I'm happy. Like I would be more belligerent about Indianapolis Colts football. Like when it comes to him going to Milwaukee, I'm just like, hey, cool. You said you wanted to stay here for a long time. Indiana apparently offered the same deal, and you chose to go to Milwaukee. All right, like cool. Like obviously Tyrese is hurt. If Miles is thinking he only has a couple years left, he doesn't want to play until he's way older. Like maybe that's just for him, and Giannis can come down to Indy.
I don't think Giannis is coming down to Indy anytime soon.
I mean, if Tyrese didn't get hurt,
you never know.
You think Giannis is just?
Know.
I think everybody. I think Tyrese wins the chip. I think everybody signs up for whatever minimum they can get just to play on the Indiana Pacers.
Giannis is going to sign for the minimum just to play for the Pacers.
Just to play with Tyrese.
I don't feel like. I feel like Giannis and
shout out Anthony Richardson. I still believe.
I feel like Giannis and Mr. Halliburton might not get along too well, and that might deter Giannis from signing.
Giannis wants another chip, though.
I would love to get Tyrese Halliburton on this show. Are you kidding me? That would be fantastic. I'll put in a request. I don't think it'll ever happen, but I'll put in
Why
a
not?
request. No.
Why not?
Only wrestling show that talks about basketball as often as we do. Like,
That's true. That's very true. And I don't know if he'll be mean to me too, though. I don't want Tyrese Halliburton to be mean. Klay Thompson's dad has already been mean to me on this show, so.
Oh, did you have it coming?
yeah.
No, I don't do anything. I mean,
You
being
never
a
think
Thunder,
you do anything.
being a Thunder fan, I guess that's what I had coming. Is Klay Thompson Game 6? That's that's what I had coming to me. So, is that my fault that I chose to be a Thunder fan? I guess. I mean, it worked out this year.
Bring back the Supersonics.
They will at some point, but I hope they do. I'm tired of them crying about, oh, you stole our team. Okay, it's been many years now. We don't want your history. We don't acknowledge your history. No one says, oh, the Thunder won their second championship. We don't acknowledge that Seattle history. I hope Seattle does get another team so they can get their history back. I'm tired of these Seattle fans. Tired of them. How's the Smith going?
That's good. We have 15 competitors announced. We have some special non-tournament matches going to be dropped probably by the end of the month. We'll have Ron Bass Jr. defending the MWT chain. The Original Sins will be competing in tag team action. Some of the competitors of the Smitty off the top of my head are Adam Priest, Lord Carew, Caitlin Marie, Bobby Flacco, Diego Hill. I'll give you 2 seconds. John Murray Pro, Jeremy Hadley, Bradley Prescott IV, Cavron Canyon, Dylan Deirdre. We got a whole bunch of people lined up for it. Noah Vale, Daniel Starling. It's a 16 competitor one night tournament that goes out of Spencer, Indiana. It is a SpongeBob parody wrestling show. So it is just a fun one night tournament. Good. Jeremy, you came last year. I thought you had a good time. You didn't end up going through a table.
Yeah.
Jeremy, came in waving a white flag. Hey. He was game though. He was game, but I was like, hey man, I was here's how crazy and unfortunate this is. Like I've eclipsed the 10-year mark wrestling now. And I've gone most of that, it was 10 years without any, extremely major injuries. Then last year, I fractured my leg, was out for 3 months. And now this year, for my ACL, out for who knows. So now, both Smitties, I have been presently injured.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like a Smitty curse or what it is, because it's very unfortunate that you keep getting injured when you're trying to run these shows. I want to see you wrestle at these shows and maybe put me through a table, but
sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say
I was gonna say it's like the Madden curse.
Yeah.
I should be there this year. I might be like a late addition to things, because I got multiple kids. They all got birthdays, and so I gotta see what my schedule is looking like. I gotta see what my schedule's looking like, but I plan to be there.
Well, that's awesome, and I hope you're there. And maybe we'll put somebody through a table together. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
But luckily, from last year to this year, Smitty was just by myself. This year, Cam Adams, formerly of Paradigm Pro Wrestling out of Louisville, and Chad French from Midwest Territory, we got together and started Midwest Territory Wrestling late last year, just to provide Spencer, Indiana, with professional wrestling. It is a small community that I personally grew up in, and it's something that kids in the area always love, and it provides outside entertainment for that general community. And it's like very important to me. And so we got together to create an MWT, and now, luckily, with me going down with my ACL, I had told them, hey, like, I don't really know if I'm going to be capable of putting this together and running it like with everything I have going on in my life. Like I'm doing PT 3 days a week, trying to get back to just being able to wrestle and do things. And they were like, hey man, like we got this. Like, so, luckily I've been able to rely on Cam and Chad and everybody else at MWT to get the Smitty to be what it's going to be and to make sure that it's a badass show and to make sure that everybody from the crowd to the workers to the wrestlers to the people helping to the people running the building to the people that stop by all have a good time and all understand that it's a great experience. And hopefully anybody watching this comes out to Spencer, Indiana, August 23rd to check it out. But yeah, man, I'm really lucky that I have a lot of really good people surrounding me and that help push me to get things done and help get things done when I can't do them.
Yeah, Louis tried to come to the show last year and his Jeep blew up. Fortunately, he's
moment of silence.
His Jeep is done. We'll see if Louis tries to make it this year, or else he's a coward. I'm just gonna call him a coward.
Coward.
Not showing. Yeah. He's got kids as well. Us with kids, man. We running too hard.
Running hard in the paint.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to the show, Cole. I'm not going through it. I want to be a SpongeBob consultant on the show.
What do you mean?
Like,
I'm intrigued now.
Okay.
You have my
all
interest.
Right, good. All right. Yeah. Good. Finally, someone who's willing to give me the pencil. That's what I want to do.
No, I
Ring of hallucination.
I'm a hoy me you and erase you if it's bad though.
That's good. That's good. See, this is what I'm talking about though. Like last year was a lot of fun. I do. Anybody who's listening who's in the area, especially if you do have kids, go out there. It's a lot of fun. They make it very, I won't say interactive, but interactive with like getting the kids involved and making sure the kids have a good time with everything. It's a fun show. One thing, my criticism from last year, not enough SpongeBob spots. Only like a couple matches had they played the campfire song in the 4-way. I remember that. And then you had the big SpongeBob, Patrick, the Goofy Goobers. That was really great. And that went viral on my social media. So like that was fantastic. But otherwise, like we could have had more like SpongeBob spots incorporated in there. That's what I want to do. I want to like pitch the SpongeBob spots to people who are willing to do them. I watch enough SpongeBob. I know all the gimmicks and the jokes,
the ins and the outs, man.
Yeah.
The lingo.
Yeah. So like, I think we can get like more SpongeBob jokes and memes in there that
Okay.
in the matches. That's what I want to do. I want to be a SpongeBob consultant for some of these matches.
Well, could I just be an asshole or go ahead and announce the match right now?
Yeah.
So bringing
It's
up,
not me, right?
yeah, no. Huh, surprise, Jeremy. Guess what? You're actually coming to this meeting.
Shit, I do have to make it.
The original sins will be the original sins, comprising of Mean Dick Michaels and Tyler Lytle, will be taking on Warhogs, Austin and Aaron Atlas, at the Smitty in a Bikini Bottom street fight, which will be a
Street fight
non-tournament
returns.
match. The Bikini Bottom street fight returns. Mean Dick Michaels returns after breaking his leg. Original Sins are probably one of the top tag teams in the Indiana area. They have multiple tag team championships all around the area, and it's probably going to be one of their first few tag matches back as a team. And they come back to MWT, and Warhogs are debuting at one of the biggest shows of the biggest show of the year that goes down to Spencer, Indiana, the Smitty. So yeah, I'll give you one.
Thank you for the breaking
is cool.
news. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
I mean, big news, sure, whatever. Not really, but yeah, man, we'll
It's huge
drop
news.
one. It's huge news. That match alone, just for the stuff that we have for it, is pretty. You'll be thoroughly entertained.
The Bikini Bottom street fight last year was really fun. A lot of fun. So again, the whole show was fun. I had a great time there. And yeah, if you do have kids, I advise bringing them because I guarantee they will have a great time at the show and they will remember all the fun stuff. And they might get in the ring and beat up a wrestler. That's what happened last year as well.
Last year, yeah, when Big Beef beat Trevor Outlaw in the finals, Trevor Outlaw's just crying on the ground, and the kids literally just kicked and stomped him out of the ring. I did not approve of that.
Who doesn't want to beat up?
Nobody
Trevor
got hurt. Who doesn't want to beat up Trevor Outlaw? You know, that guy sucks. If you go back and watch the last time I wrestled him at Freelance Wrestling, he put it up on YouTube. What an asshole, right? Trevor Outlaw and I beat the shit out of him at Freelance Wrestling, and Frank the Clown's dumbass helped him win or whatever. So one of my biggest things is I just want to come back to Freelance Wrestling and whoop Trevor's Outlaw's ass again. So talk about, you know, kids wanting to beat the shit out of Trevor. I want to beat the shit out of Trevor. So I understand. That's what to get to. You know what I mean? I understand why they did it.
A good reason to want to return, just to beat up Trevor Outlaw. If they're
Always a good
honestly one of the best
More than a
reasons
reason.
to return.
Oh,
I look forward to the show. I look forward to it. I'm gonna burst my way in there, and I'm gonna start changing plans, and I'm gonna be a SpongeBob consultant.
that is,
on everything.
just come in with like your headset, not plugged into anything. Just come in with your headset and a clipboard and be like, hey, talk to
This
the
is what we're
office, guys.
doing. Yeah.
Doesn't work. All right. It doesn't work. You know what? You
Change.
go to Super Weenie Hut Juniors. You super duper Weenie Hut Juniors.
See, this is the stuff that I'd be pitching. We got to do the bubbles. You get the bubble stand out there, so you can bring it around town. You know, you gotta get it all in there. I got ideas, Cole. If nothing else, SP3.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
I
We'll
have
talk.
ideas. They
He
might
has
not be good ideas,
Yeah,
but I
not
have
good
ideas.
But he has ideas.
Great. And that's me after 10. Don't worry.
Yeah, I can't wrap it up. The sweet spot for wrestling is 12 to 18 to me. If you're going over 18, just stop. Just stop wrestling. I'm sending you home after 18. I don't care who you are. You Kenny
it's
Omega
all-
and Okada. Done.
For me, it's all subjective. It's all subjective, all atmospheric. It's like, what is this crowd? Does this crowd have a long night in them? Is this crowd is your show structured for a long night where there are simmer matches or like matches meant to, you know, they're not meant to be the highlight reels. They're meant to, you know, hey, this is whatever. Like it just for me, it just depends on like how long you keep people entertained, and I think I can keep people entertained while still whipping another man's ass and getting the W. That's all that matters at the end of the day. But right now, I'm trying to whip this leg's ass.
What do you? What? All right. Go take a nap. Go get some rest.
Okay, I got kicked off.
Heal up.
I
Do
should
you want to stay and talk? Do you want to stay and talk about Raw? Did you watch Raw?
That was the best answer.
We have a
That's
show to do,
exactly.
sadly.
Best answer ever.
He's got the link. He can come on at any time. I hope he knows this. He's always welcome. We love Cole.
He's
I'm sending him a
invited to come
message
back.
so he doesn't think I'm mad at him. We love Cole.
Yes.
I'm gonna be at Smith. I'm gonna get myself a booking job here. I don't see. This is how I get it, SP3. I start off as just a small consultant doing the SpongeBob consulting, and then everybody during that show, they're gonna praise all the SpongeBob spots. They're like, you know what spot was the most memorable? That SpongeBob spot in this match. You know what I remember most about that? That SpongeBob spot. And everybody's gonna be like, who booked all the SpongeBob spots? And they're gonna point to me. And then that's gonna parlay into just bigger ideas for me. And be like, oh, if he has great ideas with these SpongeBob spots, imagine if we just gave him his whole show. And then I'm gonna run my own show, and then that show's gonna be so good. It's like, imagine if we gave him his own company. And then
You're gonna be this generation's Eddie Gilbert.
This is how
hot
it
stuff
starts.
Jeremy Lambert.
Yeah, this is how it starts. I get the SpongeBob spots in, and then everyone sees how great they are, and then I become the head booker of ROH. That's how it goes. Gotta start small. Gotta start small.
Ring of Hallucinations is coming, y'all. It's
I'll
coming.
reference the first movie. Again, they did last year. people may or may not have seen it on my Twitter, but they had SpongeBob and Patrick come onto the Goofy Goober song and beat up the not the Dirty Bubble, Man Ray, beat up Man Ray. Oh, that was a lot of fun. That spot that they did last year, they put Man Ray through a table. So yeah, it was a good show last year. Again, if you do have kids, it's a lot of fun because the kids get involved. I mentioned they jumped in the ring and beat up Trevor Outlaw. There was also a spot where the abdominal stretch, and like you reach over to the tag team partner to pull to give you more. Like they did that with the kids at ringside. They put like an abdominal stretch at ringside, and the wrestler, I forgot who it was like, oh, come on, pull and like get more leverage. So the kids are like yanking on him and everything. I'm pretty sure that was against Trevor Outlaw as well. Bless Trevor Outlaw. But yeah, it's a lot of fun for the kids. Everyone should go out there. And this year, when I'm now the SpongeBob consultant, I guarantee even more fun for the kids because I'm going to work in a lot of the SpongeBob spots to this.
SpongeBob special consultant, Jeremy Lambert.
There we go. The SBSC out here. That's me.
There we go.
All right.
Your official title.
What were we talking about? The G1?
G1. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know who?
Did you watch day 2?
Yeah, I watched day 2. I've only not seen day 3.
Oh, okay.
No, I watched day 2. Day 2 was, like I said, similar to day 1, and like it was a good show. We haven't had the classic match yet. I'm with you on Tai Chi. Tai Chi, I think, has been a little underrated for the past year.
Past 2-3 years.
Yeah.
2-3 years. He's been like, I think really, honestly, I would say it's even longer than that because I always go back. One of my favorite matches that I ever seen in a G1 happened during one of the pandemic G1s, if I'm not mistaken, 2020, where he faced Kota Ibushi. And let me know in the chat if you remember this matchup, where the whole match was them kicking each other in the leg. That's the whole matchup. They just kicked each other over and over and over and over and over. And it was one of the most entertaining matches I think I've ever seen in my life. It's two moves. It's 2 moves. And they did it for like 15 minutes. It's one of my favorite matches that I've ever seen in the G1, especially during that pandemic era where, they had spectacular matches, but it was very hard to have a match that stood out like that. I think that one was the one where I was like, you know what? I think Tai Chi's really good. It was that between that and the Dangerous Techers tag team with Zack Sabre Jr. Those two things really turned Tai Chi's career around, because when I first started watching New Japan like a decade and a half ago, he was kind of just a guy who had the lame singing gimmick, who used to come out with a hot girl, and that's what he was known for. He was known for not having good matches and kind of just being a gimmick. And now he's turned into one of the best in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah.
I'm with you on the Dangerous Techers. That's where it kind of shifted for him. You know who is going to disappoint me with the way he's off to this start? And now he's going to start losing every match after having the greatest matches on every single show.
You mean the worst ones? You know what? You would enjoy the match he had today. You know who he faced today, right?
No, I don't.
Sonata.
Oh, that match probably was.
And Sonata, the best thing about Sonata so far in the tournament is, one, he's been working, which is like hilarious. Like, how do you join House of Torture where the whole gimmick is y'all don't work, y'all just do interfering spots and shenanigans? And he's actually been having pretty decent matches with like David Finlay, and the Yoda Tsuji one was short, but at least he did well in that one. And it's also his fashion statement. Him coming out, he came out dressed in fishnet shirt and pants. And I was like, with the hair, he looks like a Japanese version of Dennis Rodman. He had on pink sunglasses, and they just had a full-on shenanigans matchup in this one. It was straight up House of Torture foolery. It was just all the time. I mean, not my cup of tea, but people like Vala, they enjoyed it. But yeah, you would enjoy it, I think, Jeremy. You like that?
I see it's like 7 minutes, so it's even shorter than my sweet spot of wrestling. All right, I'm obviously gonna watch it. I watch all of the G1. I just haven't had a chance to watch this morning stuff. Yeah, I'll watch it this afternoon. That's on my list to watch. This afternoon is the G1. All right, I'm excited. Any Evil match, I'm always excited for Evil.
Yeah. But this today might have been one of the better nights, because even like the prelim tags, I only watched like I didn't watch.
I skipped those.
Yeah, I usually skip those too, but I watched early. Like I turned it on. I thought I turned it on enough time for it to start the block matches, but I actually saw the prelim tags, and they had a good one with Takeshita and Rocky versus United Empire, where it gave us a preview of Takeshita versus Great Okan. But man, the last prelim tag, which had TMDK, Zack Sabre Jr. and Hartley Jackson versus Shoto Umino and Morishima. Yo, this young lion had that crowd rocking. That's why I was like, this was the point of the show where I was like, yo, this crowd might be the best one for the G1. And they delivered throughout all the block matches. Like Bolton Oleg and Hiroshi Tanahashi was really good. The semi-main event of Taichi versus David Finlay was fantastic. And the main event, I thought, was the match of the tournament so far. Yota Tsuji and Yuya Uemura, they beat the ever-loving crap out of each other. And they had a superb story based on the injury that Yuya Uemura suffered last year when he hit the frog splash. And it all built up to him hitting the high fly flow frog splash at the end to try to get the win. And Yota Tsuji kept going for the Gene Blaster. Really well-told story. Those two guys, you could saw... Like, this was the matchup where you could be like, yeah, that's going to be a Tokyo Dome main event. That's definitely going to be a Tokyo Dome main event. Those two together, they just have an unmatched chemistry. They've only had like one dud, I think, since after Excursion, and that was that hair versus hair matchup from New Beginning, I think back in 2024 last year. That was the only dud that they've ever had, and I'm not even calling it like a complete dud like Indy Hartwell versus Tessa Blanchard, but I'm talking about like a two star, 2.5 star style matchup, like below 3 stars. Everything else has been like 3 3/4, 4 stars. Like, they had a great match at Duntaku this year, and this match was even better than that one. So that right there, it's like that. It's that one. The 2 Taichi matches, the last 2 Taichi matches with Uemura and Finlay, Takeshita and Kid, Takeshita and ELP. Those have been the matches that you want to watch from the first 3 days of the G1.
There you go. All right, anything else from the G1? I'll watch day 3 today. We'll talk about it more on Thursday.
Sounds good to me. And then you gotta watch. You also gotta watch day 4, which is tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Oh, I'll definitely have that watched by Thursday. All right. Volub sends a super chat. By the way, it's Blake Christian's birthday. Happy birthday to Blake Christian.
Happy birthday, Blake.
Volub sends a super chat. Vanilla Fumble. Gotta do my own editing here.
I'm Vanilla, baby.
Is what we call when your only character trait is gaslighting, whether you're a heel or otherwise. SP3, I saw you actually, I saw your tweet after I posted in our group chat where you're like, I'm just not feeling this role. I don't know if it's just me. And I already posted in our group chat, I was like, this role has been very skippable. So I feel like we're on the same page with this role. I posted that before the Roman segment. And then the Roman segment
I posted mine before EO and Stephanie Vaquer, because I was like, yo, like, I fell asleep last week because I had lack of sleep from All In weekend before the Gauntlet matchup. Like, I timed it where I was like, okay, I can wake up and just watch the Gauntlet matchup and see, because I already assumed, like you did, that Roman was going to return on last week's show. So I was like, I won't look at any social media. I'll just turn on Raw. And I thought that one was a good Raw. Last week was a good Raw. This one, oh my God. Even the stuff that you would think would be good was not. It was just kind of mid. This was one of the most middest. And I'm a Monday night guy. Like, if you want to see me say something positive and about WWE, it's usually going to be Monday Night Raw. Like, SmackDown, I haven't been feeling for much of 2025. NXT is just horribly booked. It makes TNA booking sometimes look good. But like, dude, Monday nights is where you're usually going to get some good stuff. You're either going to get a really great matchup or you're going to get some good storyline progression. And I thought they had that last week where we had a great match with Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, the 2 out of 3 falls matchup. You had a lot of setup for SummerSlam. No, this was not a setup episode. This is we got to get through this week episode. Last week was a setup episode. Last week was when they set up all their matches for SummerSlam because they only had 2 episodes after that one. So that was a very well done setup episode. This was a filler episode that they didn't even try to make that entertaining. And Houston really only responded to all the stars instead of the actual wrestling. Like, this was, yeah, I agree. Like, I had someone in my chat that's like, oh, I think it's just you. I enjoyed this episode. And I had to tell him, I was like, well, first of all, you don't have to be, like, rude like that. Or just read the comment. If I don't have any likes or retweets on this tweet, then you could say, yeah, it's just you. No, I had likes, I had retweets, I had people that was like, nah, I agree. So it's not just me. And I had to tell him that. I was like, it's not just me, first of all. Second of all, there's a difference between you saying you enjoy this episode and me saying that this is not the best episode. There's a middle ground there. You can enjoy something when you know it's not at their best. And there was parts of the show that I did enjoy. Mainly, they came after I sent out my tweet. So wisely, I sent out my tweet before all that stuff happened. The EO and Stephanie Vaquer matchup was really good, but I couldn't invest in it too much because I knew what the result was going to be. I was like, they're not going to have either one of these girls lose. This is just going to be another non-finish. But I didn't enjoy it as much as I could have because I knew the result. And Rhea got a big pop, and that was well done. And I tweeted about that. And then the main event segment with Roman being a gaslighter, it's always fun. And it was the closest that we've gotten to Roman giving us a babyface promo, even though he definitely is a heel because he's lying. But I enjoyed all of that because the crowd was invested into it. The crowd was into everything. The first hour and freaking 40 minutes of this show was just like, oh my God, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. That's all that's going through my head this entire show. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this episode.
It was just a skippable episode. Like, when I was putting the show together, this show, and like I was, putting on the bullet points and stuff, I'm like, what happened? What do we have to talk about? I'm like, there's stuff, and like I feel like everything we have to talk about are like 2 words. I don't have a whole lot to say about a lot of the stuff that happened on the show because stuff might have happened, but there's not a whole lot of depth to what actually happened. Roman was sort of the exception, and I don't even know if it was what they were necessarily going for. Because I really don't know what they were going for in that main event segment outside of setting up this tag team match where I said Roman ain't working singles, guys. Roman's like, nah, let me do this tag match with Jay. That's what we're doing. Roman ain't doing this singles thing. Nope. But I don't know if that's what they were supposed to be it was just to set that up. Because otherwise, this promo, I thought I got off to a bad start. Paul Heyman is a great talker, great promo. The material didn't make sense to me. Unless he was trying to just manipulate Roman because he's a manipulator. But then I'm like, why are Bronson and Braun just agreeing with this? Why aren't they immediately cutting him and be like, what are we doing? What are you talking about? You want him to lead us? The material just felt a little disjointed. Like, why would Heyman try to do that outside of manipulation, which, all right, I can buy. But then why are Bronson and Braun going for it? And then Roman smartly didn't go for it and called him a dumbass. And he's like, he's going to use you like he used me. If I'm Braun and Bronson, it's like, all right, but the other people he's used, they've worked out pretty well. So sure, it's like being used if it means being the champion for 4 years. That seems like a good deal for me. Braun. I thought Braun had good stuff where it's like, I'm the future. I'm gonna be here for years. You just do what you always do. Leave. But Roman talking about his title reign, his historic title reign, being the greatest champion of all time, having help from the Usos and Solo and Sammy, and no help from no help from Heyman. Even though Heyman made the call to most of those people to bring them in, and Heyman was still the one who was protecting the title at all times. The material just felt off to me. It felt like they had an idea and they thought it was a good idea, but then once it all got delivered, it just became kind of disjointed and questionable. And if you really want to do some brain work and some Charlie Day, stringing together here, like, yeah, you can piece together like, oh, well, this is why he said that, and it ties back to this, and this is what they were actually trying to accomplish. I don't think most of the audience is that smart, because they were just cheering for all of this stuff. They were just like, yeah, Roman's a babyface now. They weren't thinking about how this actually plays together. They were just give them something to cheer about, mention some names, say some things. Roman saying, I was the greatest champion, not because of you, because these people acknowledged me. All right, sure. Everyone hated you. Everyone wanted you to lose this title. What are we doing a babyface you people promo for right now? And the crowd loves
Yo, I was like, so now it's because they acknowledge you that you're the tribal chief? I thought it was your birthright. I thought that was your
birthright.
Yeah,
I thought it was because you beat Solo. Like, wasn't that the whole point of that match?
I was like very confused. It was like gaslighting acknowledgement. I was like, wow, that was interesting. And Paul Heyman definitely did help him on multiple occasions. The whole Brock Lesnar feud all was about Heyman choosing to help Roman over Brock Lesnar. Like, what? What are you talking about? He never helped you throughout your title reign. That's a lie. It was very, very weird, but Roman has so much aura and star power that you can look past that, and it makes the segment at least intriguing to watch. And it was the only thing that happened on the damn show. There was some good matches on the show, but don't get me wrong, but nothing was great. Like, I know everybody wants to show love to Io and Stephanie Vaquer, but I'm sorry, they have a much better matchup in them. This is them having a really good matchup that has a non-finish. And once you realize that was going to be the finish, you would realize that this is not the great match that they're going to be remembered for. Just like the Raw after WrestleMania, it's just to build up to an eventual really great matchup that they're going to have. It's nothing on this show was great. Not even the promo segments. The promo segments were relatively weak. Like I said, there was issues with the whole Roman segment, but I thought Roman, he's just a superstar at this point. I thought Braun was really the person that impressed me during the promo. He's been getting better on his promos. He still seems like he's nervous and he's a little unsure at times, especially with the crowd reaction, but he held his own against Roman.
Roman is just superstar farming out there.
Yeah.
Aura farming, superstar farming. Doesn't matter. Roman's just like, Roman pops me because of his facials. Like when Heyman's talking about him, it's so funny to me. That's all he's got to do. And then he's got the amazing teeth that I'm sure he spent a lot of money on. He's so funny to me when he does that stuff that it just pops me. It's like, yeah, that's all he's got to do. He's got to make these faces. He's got to say words that'll, pop the crowd and everything. He didn't actually have to say anything. Just, the people acknowledge me. Everyone, OTC. Like, yep, that's all you got to do. Well, Sami Zayn helped me. Oh, yeah, Sami, we love Sami. Like, yep, that's all you got to do.
To answer Volop, there was only 5 people on last night's show that's in Club Superstar. Only 5 people on the show that's in Club Superstar for WWE.
Okay, hold on. On
Can you
last night's
guess?
show.
On last night's show.
Okay,
Yeah.
Roman,
Yes,
Rhea.
definitely.
Yeah, so that pop last night, it rivaled.
That
Roman's
pop was ridiculous. I was like, oh my god, y'all are using this as a get out of jail free card because people should be pissed at you giving us this matchup again with a non-finish, but you press the Rhea Ripley button and everybody explodes.
Becky.
Definitely. She was really good in her promo.
Punk.
Punk, yeah, Punk definitely.
Triple H wasn't on the show.
No. he got kicked out a long time ago, but yeah.
Michael Cole. No, hold on. I'm trying to think who was actually on the show last night. What's this shit? Jay? And Jay does get a big pop. I don't feel like you're putting Jay in Club Superstar though.
Yeah, I'm not putting Jay in Club.
I didn't think
Club
so.
Superstar. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
He's online. He's definitely online.
Yeah. Karrion Kross.
No. No.
EO's the only other person I can think of. EO?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
EO's guy.
EO. All right.
Gunther was in Club Superstar, but then he got put back online so he can feud with WCW legends and announcers.
That promo between Punk and Gunther, like, I didn't feel like that was another thing where like nothing happened. They just said nothing.
Nothing. Okay,
I thought it got cut short,
I'll push it to 6 because Gunther does belong in Club Superstar.
Right.
So there was 6 on the show. 6. We'll put Gunther in there. Lyra's not on Club Superstar until she can consistently deliver promos that get her across as a babyface, which she's intended to be. No, she's not in Club Superstar. You can be a great offensive player, but if your defense is trash, you're not in Club Superstar in the NBA. So it's the same in wrestling. If you're great in the ring, that's one thing. But if you don't have a good character and your promos aren't consistent, you don't belong in Club Superstar. Io Sky, at least her character is down pat to go along with being the best wrestler in the world.
That's fair. That Punk and Gunther promo.
It was so mid. It was so mid. Oh my God. That was one of the most mid promos I've ever heard from Punk and Gunther. I was like, both of these guys are awesome on the mic. So you would think you guys only have 2 episodes of Monday Night Raw. Like y'all gonna bring it, right? Y'all gonna bring it. Nope.
I'm not sure.
They just said words. Oh, I'm the best in the world. Gunther's one of the best in the world, but I'm the real best in the world. And then Gunther comes out and says, whoever holds this title is the best in the world. And I'm going to beat you, I'm going to choke you out, and I'm going to win. The end.
It was very paint by numbers promo. Like, all right, go out there and just say you're the best in the world. Okay. We've done that. What are we doing next? No, that's it. Just go say you're the best and you're going to win. That's your whole purpose. Okay. I'm like, fine. Like, there are worse setups to a match than go say you're the best and you're going to win. But you also like know these guys are better than that. Do you think that, I don't know if you saw the story that Punk talked about when he returned, like he was walking around backstage with a script and Triple H was like, what are you doing? You're freaking everybody out. Punk's like, what? And Triple H like took the script and like crumpled it up and threw it away. He's like, wait, you don't need a script. You're going to go out there and say whatever you want to say anyway. Just go be CM Punk. Punk's like, oh, okay, that's what I needed to hear. I think that's happened last night. I think they actually got scripts last night. I feel like Triple H is like, you know that script I tossed out 2 years ago? Well, here it is. Go out there and do that. Gunther,
is this one of these CM Punk stories?
Oh yeah, it's a.
Oh my God. Punk is getting on my nerves with this. This whole thing about him was about to sign with WWE in 2018, 2019. It was like, dude, do you realize that you admitting this goes against everything you said in that first promo back in wrestling at AEW where I couldn't get well being in the same place doing the same. I was like, you literally come off like the biggest hypocrite. Like 2025 has been the year of the deconstruction of who CM Punk is.
Dude, CM Punk, he's CM Punk's a band, right? He's always been a band. You're gonna play small, intimate venues. You're gonna play the deep cuts. You know, you're gonna play the songs that everyone kind of knows, but you're gonna play the deep cuts that are there. Like, yeah, these are the crowds that were with you from the very start. And when you play big arenas, you're gonna play the bangers. You're gonna play the hits. That's what he does. When he was in AEW, it was, oh yeah, WWE, that place sucks. The culture's not gonna change. Doesn't matter who's in charge. I couldn't do what I needed to there. AEW's great. I'm allowed to do what I want. It's real wrestling, real grit. You know, not a parody. That's Bryan Danielson's term, but you know, not a parody of wrestling. All right. Then you leave AEW, go to WWE. Oh, the culture's really changed. AEW just plays to the smaller crowd. You're just playing to the online fans. They're not playing. What's your goal? Making money? They're not making any money. They're just, you know, the same 20 people. That's who they're playing to. This place, it's better than it's ever been. It's changed so much. That's what he does. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. People still support him. Bless.
It's just a whole bunch of words.
Bless that he still gets supported.
Yeah, he's ridiculously over. Like, there's no denying that. So, you know, hey, I don't get it.
God, I respect it. Honestly, I respect that he can play to these different audiences and still gets the love and respect that he wants. Like, I gotta respect it, honestly. When you're a superstar of that status, you get away with it. You get away with it.
Yeah, he's viewed as like a legend, and he is definitely a living legend. But sometimes you can tell when he's very motivated in his promos, and when he's just saying what they want him to say, checking the boxes, what he needs to check. SummerSlam, World Heavyweight Championship matchup. I've never won the World Heavyweight Championship before, and I was like, I literally saw you win the World Heavyweight Championship. Mania. The only thing left he has to do with his return is win the World Heavyweight Championship. It's just checking stuff off a box. That's what that promo was last night.
I was sitting here and saying I don't respect people who sell their soul for media. Like, that's fine. I get it. You don't have to respect Punk. You know what? You're right. You don't have to respect it. You don't have to. You don't have to respect anybody and what they do. That's fine. I just think it's hilarious. I think it's very funny the way he does. As someone who just covers news and covers what these people say, keep just giving me these stories that get other people mad. Like, this is why I don't have any time for what Eric Bischoff has to say. I don't think Eric Bischoff has a single good opinion about today's wrestling. He admits he does not watch today's wrestling. So why are we asking him about today's wrestling? He admits, yeah, I don't watch AEW. I don't really watch WWE. I don't keep up with any of this stuff. He admits it. Mm-hmm. And then he goes on to give his opinion about AEW and WWE and TNA.
He talks out both sides of his mouth, basically.
While admitting he doesn't watch any of it. And look, I don't care what he has to say, but I know when I write the headline, TNA is going to be the number 2 promotion. I'm like, yeah, people are going to be mad about this. Cool. Keep getting mad. Keep coming to our website. You know, it's fine by me. Keep talking, Eric. I don't care what you got to say, but I'll cover it because people are going to keep eating it up, whether they're mad or they're happy about it. So it would be so much better. I would appreciate it more if we all just ignored this stuff. But it doesn't get ignored. I've said it a million times. I don't care about I don't care about the opinions of these wrestlers on today's product unless they're involved in some way. I like hearing stories. I like hearing stories from back in the day. But those stories just don't do a ton. But when Eric Bischoff says AEW doesn't tell stories and they're playing to the sickos and TNA's going to surpass them, that gets more clicks than Eric Bischoff talks about Starrcade 97 for the 100th time. It just does. It just does. Yeah, Volb, I'm sorry. That's the migration's fault. What can you do?
It happens.
It's very annoying. Trust me, as frustrated as people are with the front end experience of our website right now, I'm way more frustrated with the back end experience. Way, way more frustrated. I'm so annoyed with like how our website is acting. So sorry guys. I apologize for that. It's not my fault, but I still apologize.
Yeah, Bischoff knows what he's doing. He only said that because he's very been passive aggressive and very salty towards AEW ever since Dynamite passed the Nitro amount of episode.
He called it a participation trophy. He's like, if you add up all their viewership, it's going to take them another 30 years to do to get to the numbers that Nitro reached. He's going to just keep flipping and moving goalposts however he can with things. It's hilarious. And
it's like, dude, do you not like you? I know you're smart enough to realize that TV is much different in 2025 than it was in 1996. Like you know what you're doing, and you're saying the number, but you're not saying the fact of the matter was they won the night. They won the night in the 18-49 demo. They were number one, despite having a number you deem as bad. They're still number one for the night in the demo, which is the most important thing, and you know that, and it's ridiculous. And he'll bring up the number for Dynamite viewership, but he won't bring up the numbers of tickets sold for Real American Freestyle Wrestling. So I just want him to keep the same energy. That's what I want.
He doesn't keep.
I want him to keep the same energy, and I know he's never going to do the same
energy. He's never going to keep the same energy. His energy is going to be whatever suits his narrative with things. This Real American Freestyle stuff sucks.
It does.
He was talking about like Fox Nation. They're the perfect partner for Real American Freestyle. I'm like, yeah, I bet they are. I'm sure they are. That thing sold like 30 tickets.
They're gonna have to they're just gonna have to paper it and give away free tickets.
Oh, you know what? Like AEW's running Wolstein a couple weeks before this Real American Freestyle. I wonder if they have like flyers and promotions during this AEW event.
I could see that.
I think they should. Like, I'm not saying they could be a bad thing. They should. If your company is running an arena where another company is running weeks before, you should do everything you can to make sure you're promoting your company during that show. People got mad when why is GCW promote like the Hammerstein? Like they should be handing out flyers and stuff. So they should.
And it worked. It worked for them. So
they should be promoting. I don't know if they're going to, but they should 100%. But it would be just hilarious of like, wait, I thought AEW sucked and they didn't draw anything. Now you are literally handing out flyers at their shows. That's a choice. That's a choice. Bischoff. Bless that he gives me some headlines. TNA is going to be number 2 in a year. All they need is a good television deal. They'll get on Fox Nation and Bischoff be like, this is great for TNA.
This is great for TNA. They're going to be the number 2 wrestling promotion in the world. And I don't know how you can say that with a straight face without lying after Slammiversary. Slammiversary, yes, it had their highest attendance ever. But did everybody walk out of that pay-per-view being satisfied if they were there in the building or they watched it from home? And I'm sure everybody will tell you, no, I wasn't 100% satisfied with that show.
No, I don't think anybody was, but they're making great moves. Bischoff didn't watch that show. He doesn't know what actually happened on that show. His reasoning was they're playing to a mass audience and not just the sickos. Are they?
I was like, are they? Are they? Just because they're working with WWE, that means that they're going to a mass audience.
That's all it is. They're working with WWE. He's like, they do coherent storylines. They tell stories. Like, do they?
Do they? Name one. That's what my follow-up question would have been. Name one. What's your favorite story from TNA right now?
But yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't know because he doesn't actually watch. It's just, let me spout the most basic line ever and go from there. And when your narrative of AEW is, oh, they still don't have stories and they don't have compelling characters, you're admitting you do not watch the show.
Yeah.
Because if you can't watch the show and say that they didn't tell a story and don't have compelling characters leading to All In, if you actually watched it, you would know that is completely false. But again, Bischoff admits he doesn't watch, but then he still just says these things and people get mad about it. It's fantastic. Raw. This is what we have to talk about because Raw was so
that's how lame Raw
basic.
was.
Here's what I'm most excited about from Raw. My guy Grayson Waller. He's finally gonna get his just due. What do you mean who?
You mean Big G?
Sure. Big G. Grayson Waller.
Big G.
A-Town Down Under's finally done after 2 years of teasing a breakup. The big breakup comes because Austin Theory's just hurt, allegedly. And Waller's like, yep, he's hurt. Team's done. Which guys want to do? What a blow-off, by the way.
Oh, my God.
What a blow-off.
He spent over 500 days teasing this dissension, teasing a breakup, just to do it in a backstage segment.
Not even just a backstage segment announcement. They couldn't even do.
Oh my God! They didn't do an angle.
Right?
He just said it.
They couldn't even do like Theory was laid out, and it was like, oh, who attacked him? Oh, Grayson attacked him. Oh, that's the turn. You couldn't even do No Country for Old Men when the guy's just dead, and it's like, oh, who killed him? Oh, that person killed him. That was not a very satisfying ending to that, where we found out Javier Bardem's character is just dead and we don't get to witness the murder. That was lame, but I digress. They couldn't do something like that. You know what I mean? It was just, anyway, Theory's hurt. A-Town Under's done. What's up, guys? And then New Day acting like, I don't know about, you've been talking to him for weeks, months.
You've been flirting.
What do you mean
with
you
him.
don't know?
You've been flirting with him for months. Now you don't know what you don't want to go out on a date. Like, what is going on? Like, the storytelling on last night's show just felt off. Matches, some of the matches felt off. It just was an off night for WWE. And usually Houston's one of their best crowds, but sometimes Houston was really eerily quiet during matches. Like, most notably, probably the Judgment Day matchup with Roxanne and Raquel versus Bayley and Lyra. And I love Bayley and Lyra. Like I said, I think they stole the show in the ring the week prior. But this match, something just felt off about it. Whether it was the crowd reaction, whether it was a couple of like clunky spots in the matchup, like that felt off. But man, that A-Town Down Under announcement was just like, we don't care. Here you go. Just say it. Just go in there, do a segment, say it. The crowd won't even hear you because they'll be too busy laughing at AJ Styles being a janitor to even care.
That was hilarious. AJ with his different jobs.
Yeah, AJ Styles' master of disguise was probably the highlight of the show, even more than Roman at the end.
And then Dominik, after running this whole time, just attacked him and is like, okay, he's cleared now. So, like, that was weird. It would have felt like it would have served the story better if he was still like trying to not get cleared, and then he gets angry that he gets cleared, and he's like throwing a fit that he has the match. Instead, it was attack AJ. Oh, guess he's cleared. Guess he's gonna wrestle. Why did we do all of this work of he doesn't want to go to the doctor and AJ has to stalk him to get this? Why are we trying to make Dom look like a badass here after we just spent weeks making Dom look like the cowardly champion, which is rightful for his character. That's completely fine. But don't be two different spectrums here. Pick a lane.
Yeah. You spent the whole month building this up. Then spent the whole show. Literally, the first thing that we saw on the show was the parking lot spot with Valet J Styles. Valet J Styles taking his keys. He's a valet. Then he's a janitor. He's mopping up. He's like, well, it's a little bit wet on the floor. He's doing that. He's a medical attendant, and he's trying to give him, he's trying to bring him back to life by pushing down on his art and chasing after him. Then they do the whole thing in the backstage area just for him to attack him from behind and say, see you at SummerSlam. That was the payoff for a whole show-long narrative. That was a payoff.
Yeah.
Oh, this episode stinked. Oh, it stunk. Oh, my God. What was going on last night? Did they just take the day? Did they just take the day off or something?
Apologies, it was Josh Brolin's character, not Javier Bardem's character. I misremembered. Thank you, Zeno Hour. That's why you're the top weed. We'll see if you're the top weed at the end of this month. But, yeah. Like, doing that with Dom just made no sense for the story they'd been telling for weeks now. Of, I don't want to get cleared. I don't want to get cleared. Then gets cleared. And it's like, all right, see you at SummerSlam. I'm like, what, huh? Where was this character shift? What are we doing here? The thrown together women's tag team title bout because reasons. And, oh, you didn't get your WrestleMania match, so now we're going to do it. Even though it doesn't really make sense. Bless Bayley. She tried to make it make sense, you know? She did her best in the backstage segment. And Lyra was still, huh? What's going on here? Becky,
yeah, she acted confused. Becky and Lyra was an entertaining promo.
It was fine. How many fucking street fights do we need on this show?
Yo, I was like, yo, y'all couldn't. I was like, the obvious thing to do here is either a 2 out of 3 falls matchup, but you just did one, so I can understand that was off the table. But a submission match. All their matches have ended with roll-up or small package inside cradle. Make sure that we have a decisive winner. We have who's going to win this rivalry and a submission match. That makes the most sense. And especially if it's Becky, instead of just Becky saying, oh, if you lose, you can't get another shot at my title. Basically the same gimmick we did at Money in the Bank. You do a submission match. You have one winner. The person who's gonna lose has to tap out to the other person, and that's how you have a decisive winner in this whole thing. Ladder match, no, I don't want to see Becky. Becky Lynch is the GOAT. She can make anything work, but I don't think they can have like as great of a ladder match as they can a submission match. I think a submission match is more tailor made to their skills than a ladder match, and I want the WWE tag team titles to actually be defended on a premium live event, and they can take the ladder match if they need to, if they want to make a ladder match. But we already have a street fight on the show, so just making it no DQ, no count out, there must be a winner. You're basically giving us the same thing twice.
Yeah. Why are we doing another street? Because it's 2 nights. Like, oh well, we'll put one on one night, and obviously Cody and Cena is gonna be on the other night. But like, why? Stop it! Don't do that. Just do a match. But they've already done a match so much between them. It's like, oh, we need something special, so let's do a no DQ match. Knock it off. And then you've got a triple threat match. That's gonna be no DQ. So I'm sure they'll do some stuff there. CM Punk and Gunther next week. They're probably going to be like, you know what we should do? No DQ.
No holds barred. No, they're just going to come up with the different. They already got no DQ, no count out. They already got a street fight. What's the other thing that's the same thing, but in a different way? No holds barred.
Oh, I got you. Roman and Jay against Braun and Bronson. Bloodline rules. We're gonna
Bloodline
get Bloodline rules for that one.
No, tribal combat. Tribal
Okay,
combat.
tribal combat. Okay, all right.
Tribal combat.
Wise man combat. What they can do. Everything's just gonna be a no DQ match. Some variation on a no DQ. Tiffany and Jade. No DQ. No.
That needs something because oh my god, they don't care. They don't care. They don't get the fact that we got a video package and I'm watching SmackDown and they show that video package. I'm like, you guys realize you only have like 2 more episodes to build this. You only have like really 1 more episode to really build this because I'm fairly certain you're only going to do 1 segment with them after you did a video package with 2 people that aren't the strongest promos talking over highlights.
I'm a little concerned about that match. A little concerned.
I am too because the big hook for it is gone. The big hook for Tiffany and Jade was, oh, Naomi's gonna cash in, so don't worry. And now that's gone.
Yeah. I hope they keep that one a little short. I don't know if that one should be, that one needs to be super long on that one.
Yeah.
We'll see what they got.
I think Jade's winning.
I don't disagree. Yeah. Anything else from Raw? Oh, Karrion Kross beat Sami Zayn. That was the thing that happened.
That match was not good.
Yeah.
And they had a solid matchup at Night of Champions. It wasn't like anything that great either, but it was at least solid. There was just something off, and I love the fact. Shout outs to Romeo. I saw it. Paula mentioning him in the chat. Romeo in our chat. I woke up to messages in our group chat from him being. I just wrote after Monday Night Raw went off the air. I was like, Houston didn't care about much outside of like Roman really. And he's like, did you not hear the Rhea pop? Did you not hear how they responded to Io and Stephanie Vaquer? What about the let's go Sammy, let's go cross chants? Dude, I was like, that was like 2 seconds of that matchup. 2 seconds of that. And it was during the ad break at that. Like you're talking about something that was during the ad break, and then they sat on their hands for the second half of that matchup. They did not care. They did not care at all. They were justified quiet. Justified quiet chant. They were justifiably quiet for much of that matchup, and then Cross one with the lead pipe to the injured ribs.
Yeah. I don't know about Karrion Kross. I don't know, folks.
I said this last year, my dude. I was like, Cross is the type of guy. He is very much this. He is very much the new Bray Wyatt, where everything is great. And he's doing. Bray. He's well. That the thing with Bray was especially for like a lot of the Fiend era was if it was a Firefly Funhouse, if it was an angle, it was great. But then the bell rings. And I think that Cross has always been like that. Adam Cole said it in a promo back in 2021. But like it's even worse now because he is over. He has connected with the fans. But when he wrestles, that connection seems to it's like a balloon that's losing air. Like it's not the same. If he shows up in a backstage segment for 2-3 minutes, big pop, big reaction. If he does a promo, big pop, big reaction. But as he wrestles and it goes past that 3-minute mark, that connection with the crowd, it kind of gets quieter and quieter and quieter.
See, I love Bray because Bray was just wacky and goofy. And I think he took himself serious to an extent and he loved the ideas that he was doing, but it was so like over the top pro wrestling that it absolutely ruled to me. And the wrestling was, I knew that was secondary. Cross feels different, and I don't think he wants the wrestling to be secondary. I think he actually like the story they are telling is very serious story stuff, and you need the wrestling as part of that. With Bray, the wrestling really didn't matter, honestly, especially when he was the Fiend, like where it's just selling everything.
And that's why I see Alexa Bliss gamers like, Bray was great in ring. He was great in ring when he was a part of the Wyatt thing. As the Fiend, he did one style of matchup, and it wasn't that good. It only was good if he had one of the greatest of all time across the ring from him, Bryan Danielson, or he had someone that can have a hoss fight with him, Kevin Owens. Those are the only two people that got good matches out of Fiend era. Bray Wyatt family, he had plenty of great matches, whether it's with the Shield, he had a good matchup with John Cena, the last man standing matchup. He had some good matches there, but I wouldn't say he's great in the ring. He's great as a character. He's great on the mic. He was serviceable to good in the ring.
Bray Wyatt ruled. I'll accept no slander.
And Cross can be good in the ring as well. And I think that he is over, but he's over as a character. He's over on the mic. In the ring, I don't think he's over.
They need to put Cross and Miz back together. That's my pitch. They need to put Cross and Austin Theory together.
What? What are you talking about?
He needs to go to Austin Theory and be like, your partner left you. Do you need a new friend? That's my character.
Why is Karrion Kross talking like he has an intimidating voice? Not that. What the hell are you talking about?
That's my Karrion Kross.
Okay.
Don't put Kross in the Seth Riders. That doesn't seem good. And Miz, Kross, and Theory. That's the new group. That's what it should be.
Three guys that the fans aren't interested in seeing wrestle.
But imagine the trios matches they're gonna have, the 6-man bangers.
And I say that as someone that thinks that Austin Theory is a really good wrestler.
They're gonna have 6-man bangers. Those three against Braun, Bronson, and Seth, against Roman and the Usos. That's where it's at.
Yeah, because you would really do that.
What do you think, Roman?
Shout out to the LWO for getting a win on last night's show.
Sure. What do you think Roman says when he sees the booking sheet and Karrion Kross is? Remember when Kross returned and he set down the Scarlet set down the hourglass in front of Roman, and Roman never acknowledged that shit and never spoke about it again.
It's like a thing that happened. He was like, "Oh, you beat up him. I don't care."
Yeah. Roman's like, "We ain't doing that. We're not doing that."
He's like, "Nope, I won't be here." He's like, "I'm gonna take some weeks off so people forget that we were in this segment together."
Roman rules. That doesn't work for me, brother.
Nope. That doesn't work for me, Oos.
I ain't doing this spooky shit. I don't care how serious you want to try. You ain't throwing fireballs at me. You ain't gonna Keith Lee me where I'm opening this book and here comes a bunch of fire and you set your little hourglass down there and it means something. Nah, ain't doing that shit. Love Roman. Kross beat Sami Zayn. The LWO won. Good for them. They get to lose to Judgment Day.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They're just gonna lose to the Judgment Day. But god damn, man, I hate Triple H. What he did to my New Day, man. My New Day, man.
Oh, I'm with you. What they're getting Waller.
It pisses me off.
Big G.
It pisses me off every week. The New Day. Oh my god. And don't get me wrong. I think that if you think that he did the New Day wrong, man, let me tell you, for new fans, the Creed brothers were viewed as the future of tag team wrestling like 2-3 years ago.
I was there. This was in Cleveland. This was 2023. Yeah, it was November 2023. I was there. Remember when the Creeds helped Cody?
Yes.
Remember at the end of the show?
Yes.
I randomly thought about that the other day because I don't remember. I probably saw some Cody merchandise and it was all Americanized. And I was like, oh shit, I went to a show and Cody was there. The Creeds were there and the Creeds helped Cody. That went nowhere. That went absolutely nowhere. And yeah, now the Creeds are just dudes in a tag team who never win. Like that's who they are. Dudes in a tag team. Can't remember the last time they won a meaningful match. I'm sure the chat will let us know, but
I think they beat the War Raiders a couple of weeks, but that's not meaningful. So, yeah, it saddens me that 2-3 years ago they were viewed as the future of the tag team division. Like Julius Creed was viewed as, some people were calling him like a future WrestleMania headliner. They have gotten jack and shit out of this whole American made angle. Jack and shit. Like people tend to forget. Like I think that now like New Day is kind of getting the attention as like one of the Triple H blunders, but one of the original Triple H blunders in the great year that he had last year in 2024 was where Chad Gable was in the spring of 2024.
Yeah.
When he turns on Sami Zayn, you can argue he was a guy that you could see in the main event scene as a heel. He was that over as a heel with all the stuff he was doing with Alpha Academy. He got Otis over big time as well through that whole angle that they were doing. The Sami Zayn feud was really well received. People were calling for him to win the Intercontinental Championship. People were calling for him to win Money in the Bank. And, you know, he's injured now, so you can't, but at least with the American made angle, they should have parlayed that into giving something more to Ivy Now and the Creeds. They are nowhere. They're in no man's land. There's no signs of life. There's no light at the end of the tunnel for them. Like this whole matchup had a bunch of people, because I see Labcast bringing up Dragon Lee. Do you remember Dragon Lee was viewed as a big acquisition for the main roster, a big acquisition for WWE? Tony Khan just brought it up. The whole big thing of AAA backstabbing him and double crossing him by having Dragon Lee announce his signing with WWE after he beat AEW stars FTR in AAA. And then he goes to WWE. He's viewed as this big acquisition, one of the greatest luchadors out there coming to NXT. He won the North American title within months of being on NXT. He loses his to Obafemi, gets called up to the main roster, and he's just a random dude in LWO, and he's just been that. Every time he has a singles match, you're like, oh my god, Dragon Lee is so good, when he's not facing El Grande Americano too, because that wasn't the best matchup. But anytime he's in a match with like Chad Gable or Penta, that three-way they had a couple of weeks ago, awesome stuff. Every time he's able to stand out, yet he's just in the same spot. Just in the same. And why? My issue here, I'm sorry, Jared. My issue here is, why doesn't Triple H get the same energy that we give Tony Khan when he does this type of stuff? When he has these people that are just in no man's land, that he's done nothing with. He'll give an initial push to them, then they lose in a title match, and then they just go boom, 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 down the ladder. He does not get the same energy that Tony Khan gets, and I give Tony Khan that energy for everybody. I'll give him that energy come Thursday when we're talking about Megan Payne again, and what he could have gotten with Megan Payne, and Megan Payne is just kind of shuffling around in the mid-card. But why doesn't Triple H get that same energy? I don't understand.
I'll give you, I don't know if it's a hot take. Triple H can't book tag team wrestling.
No.
He's not good at booking any type of tag team wrestling. He puts the titles back on Judgment Day because Judgment Day is a safe group that they're always on the shows. And okay, they seem important. His tag team divisions, when have they ever been good? Like when the Usos had the titles, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He just needs,
that was early
like,
days.
An anchor. That's all he's able to do is push an anchor tag team. A tag team that he could push as like the big tag team to go after. If he finds that, he's very good. The Usos, but that was part of the Bloodline story. So I always give most of the Bloodline credit to Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns.
Exactly. That was part of the bloodline. What? Remember when the Street Profits turned and then they were like baby faces the next week because their promo was such a babyface promo? It's like, wait, aren't you guys heels? What happened here? Now, the Wyatt Six, they're the tag champ. Okay, I like the Wyatt Six. I like again, that is up my alley when it comes to wrestling. Do I have any faith this run's going to be good? No. I think part of it might be some of the work. Yes. Do I think a bigger part of it might be just how they're booked? Yes. Or DIY, everyone was so excited for them on the main roster. It's like, oh, they're Triple H guys. It's going to be great. Yeah. Motor City Machine Guns. That's going well, right? He doesn't know how to book tag teams. He can't even do breakup angles. Right.
Oh.
We should have had the breakup angle with Theory and Waller forever ago, and we didn't. He did the breakup angle with New Day. I don't know how much of that was him, but then look at the follow-up to it. That wasn't any good. Miz and Truth. Remember when they won the tag team champions? And then they split because I think that was a Cross thing where this is why Miz and Cross should get back together.
Well,
Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, how are they doing?
To be fair, I said right from the beginning of Awesome Truth, when it looked like Awesome Truth was going to win at WrestleMania 40, I was like, yeah, give them the moment at WrestleMania 40 and then have them lose on the Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because it went on too long. It went on too long. That was the whole point. It goes on too long. He either knows how to make stuff go on too long or too short. Like Motor City Machine Guns winning the titles. They should have held the titles at least into this year. But they couldn't even do that. You turned DIY heel, so you had to basically give them a big moment to solidify their heel turn, and you just put the titles back on them.
Yeah. The tag team wrestling under Triple H. Not good. The matches might be good because the wrestlers wrestle hard and work hard. But the actual story progression and the actual meaningfulness and stakes, just whatever. Just whatever. That's my hot take. Again, I don't know if it's a hot take, but anything else from Raw that was important?
Sheamus and Rusev had a good match.
Yeah.
Another good match. They just beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
That's what Sheamus is. Sheamus is the perfect person. Put in an opener, give them 10 to 15 minutes, say beat the crap out of your opponent, tell them to beat the crap out of you, have a good time.
They'll do a best.
Doesn't mean much, though. So.
They'll do a best of 7 and be a tag team and be forgotten about like every other tag team. That happens. They're gonna call themselves the High Bar instead of just the Bar.
I was gonna say they call themselves the Club.
Club. The League of Bars.
LOB. Oh, what a banger.
Yeah. Oh, Adrian, I same thing. They're
dude. I mean, I can't tell you how many features I've done on Wrestle Talk of New Catch Republic. Every time I get WWE starts a repackage, just make New Catch Republic British Strong Style. Just do it at this point. It's not like you're gonna use them much, but at least let them be who they are.
I loved Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight gimmick was so good because it was different. Granted, they don't have a cruiserweight division anymore, but him just like being a ruffian against cruiserweights who want to flip and stuff, and just like, no, fuck all that. I'm just gonna ground and pound you to death. It was so easy, and they didn't do enough with that. Yeah, and then they're a tag team, and they're not even on television.
Remember when they did the vignette to explain why Pete Dunne was going to be Pete Dunne again instead of Butch? When they were at like a pub.
Look, that was fine, honestly. Like, at least they did something.
Exactly. At least it was more TV time that they've been getting lately.
Yeah. That was fine. That was back when Triple H was like trying, you know? He's like, we got to like really explain things. Now it's just like, we don't need to try. We're coasting on our sellouts that we always do. Yeah. That was Raw, everybody. Very skippable show. Very skippable
I
show.
wish we could have been more enthusiastic about it, guys, but they didn't give us much reason to.
We got an update on Deonna Purrazzo because she was at GCW this past weekend and people were asking. I'm listening to everybody talk about the dog, and I was getting like, oh, what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, it's my daughter's like right outside the door. She's like, the dog.
This is from Fightful Select. Deonna Purrazzo's status is a little more clear. Deonna Purrazzo hasn't been heavily featured on AEW or Ring of Honor television of late, but she's still got quite a bit of time with the company. After not appearing at AEW All In, many readers asked about how much time she has left on her deal. Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp confirmed that Deonna Purrazzo's current AEW deal runs through 2026, having signed a 3-year contract with the company. Her deal will be up at the start of 2027. Purrazzo last appeared on ROH TV, filmed on June 21st, and was not brought in for Dallas. Purrazzo last appeared on ROH TV, filmed on June 21st, and was not brought into Dallas for StarCast or AEW All-In weekend. When we asked in the company, we were told that injuries to others delayed the ROH Peer TV title tournament, ended up affecting her booking. I don't buy the last part. Because Tony said, oh, the injury to Red Velvet switched up what we were going to do with the ROH Peer title because we needed to do an ROH interim women's TV title. But then the women in the TV title match weren't part of the Peer tournament that they announced.
Nope.
So that made no sense.
No sense at all. And I like when I saw the 4 women, which, mind you, for all he's saying, he didn't announce that matchup until the day of the show.
Yeah.
So like it wasn't like this was a well planned out in advance. You know, Red Velvet got hurt in Arena Mexico, and that's why we're doing this. He had 2 weeks between the Arena Mexico show and Supercard of Honor, or 3 weeks, I think. And it's just like just throw it away. Just forget about the Women's Pure Championship. Like, why are you even trying at this point? And do something. And you're telling me you had 12 spots in the Women's Casino Gauntlet, and you couldn't make it 13 spots to put Deonna in it? You didn't even tell Deonna to come to Dallas. You didn't even bring her in.
Yeah, they had no plans. Yeah,
no plans for her. Your only plans is the Ring of Honor Women's Pure Title Tournament. And apparently you can't use her in anything else until then.
And the Peer tournament doesn't actually exist.
It doesn't.
I don't think it actually exists. Because the excuse of, the injury to Red Velvet, unless other people are hurt that we don't know about, but the people they announced, some of them have been wrestling. Like Taya was announced. She was just on AEW TV. Deonna was announced. She just wrestled at GCW. I think Queen Aminata was announced. She just wrestled on AEW. Serena
D was announced. She wrestled in Maple Leaf Pro like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So where are these injuries that are affecting it? Tony's reason, again, this is Tony's reason, said the injury affected because some of the people for the interim women's TV title match were part of the tournament. But then he announced the interim TV title match. None of those women were part of the tournament. So what? It seems clear they didn't have a real plan for this women's Peer title. And now they're just like, oh, hopefully people forgot about this.
Like, I don't know how many times we got to say the same thing. Why can't Tony Khan just give the book to somebody else? Please.
Not somebody else, me.
Somebody else. Anybody at this point. I'll take anybody, honestly.
Me.
It can be anyone. I'll take anyone at this point. Like, it's ridiculous.
You gotta rally for me. Rally for Jeremy. Don't just be satisfied with. Don't be satisfied with anybody getting it. What if they give it to
I
Joel?
really am. Well,
What if they give it to Joel? See, well, but you're
why
just
would they?
you can't.
Why would they give it to Joel?
I don't know, but you can't be satisfied with just anybody getting it. You know, that's a low bar. Anybody. Don't do that.
I'll take anybody.
You want it to be on somebody who you can trust with it. That's me.
Can I trust you?
Yeah, you're gonna be part of the team. I already told you this.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right. So
That's what I'm saying.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
you're gonna be part of the
you.
team. All right, thank you. I need more people on my side. I'll bring everybody in. You know, I'm gonna have a committee of people. I get the final say, but I'll have a committee of people. You know, we're gonna be a team here. It can just be, honestly, we don't need a committee of people, SP3. It can just be me and you.
No, it can just be me and you.
Yeah.
I'll be your filter. I'll be your filter
Yeah.
when you have crazy ideas, and I'll be
Well,
like,
I mean,
nah,
you're
that's
not
a
gonna
little
filter
too.
everything. I'm still gonna run my dumb shit. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I want co-booking privileges where I could be like, no, that's just too silly. That's just too silly.
No. Nobody gets that. I still get it.
When you have a crazy idea, sometimes I'll agree with it, but if you go too far, I'll just be like, all right, let's take it back just a bit. Why are we doing this? I'm gonna ask the good questions. Why do we need to do this?
Oh, but see, I can validate everything. Yes, the answer is always.
But you have
yes.
to have a good validation for it. For me,
it will be good for me. It'll be very.
I know it's good for you.
For
Any type of validation is good for you.
What's the Did you ever watch Modern Family?
I've only watched the bits of when Monday Night Raw used to end on USA Network, and they would be on right after.
So there's like in the later seasons, the writers of the show like split, like they had like a falling out or whatever, and so in the later seasons, you could tell some episodes were written by one person, and other episodes were written by other, and like they didn't like flow together.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's like, oh, this was written here. You can tell because of like the stories they're doing. Oh, and this person wrote this story. You can tell because of the way the characters are acting and everything. Because like some episodes would be more focused on like the family aspect and coming together, and then other episodes would be more focused on like the chaos of everything. It's like, oh yeah, this person wrote this because that has the more chaos of stuff. That's how the ROH episodes are going to be. Like, oh, that's an SP3 episode. A lot of wrestling.
Coherent storyline.
Yeah. That's a Jeremy episode. They're talking about drugs and gambling.
They're talking about drugs. It was like
no match.
TNA in 2003. Every match goes to a no contest and ends after 5 minutes.
Yeah, no match is over 5 minutes long. That's how ROH is going to be booked. You can just very much tell who's going to... How would I fix the women's peer tournament? I would do the fucking tournament. That's how I would fix it.
That's one way to fix it, is actually do it. Actually do what you announced to do. And mind you, if we had the pen, especially if we had the pen 3 months ago when this was originally announced, I would have been like, no, Tony, we're not doing that. We're not doing.
Yeah, I would have said no.
Two women's titles. What do we need a third for, Tony? There's not a women's division in Ring of Honor, Tony.
I wouldn't have done the tournament in the first place because I'd be like, we can barely book this television title to mean something. We've already missed the turn on when Athena's run should end. I don't think we need to add another title. I don't think we need to add another title to things here. Yeah, that would have been my booking for it, honestly. I feel like that's an easy fix though. Just do the tournament that you announced. Not really reinventing the wheel here.
Do the tournament or scrap the title completely. That's an easy fix. Like if we had the pen at the end of 2024, Billy Starks would be the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, and Athena would be on AEW television.
Yes, 100%. And she would have aliens exist. By the way,
yeah,
I don't care how much it costs. And Blake Christian would 1,000,000% have Jack Harlow.
He would have Jack Harlow.
I don't care how much it costs.
I would give the infantry. I put out the tweet yesterday. I did the Jeremy Lambert special where I wrote a Dear Tony tweet, and I was like, can you give my good friends, and I tagged them, my good friend Sean Dean and Carly Bravo, EI by Nelly for Wrestle Dream in St. Louis, and Carly commented. He was like, I don't hate that idea. So give them I would give them EI by Nelly, even full time F it.
I like that. We're gonna try to get the infantry on this show. I feel like we can pull that one off. But getting the schedule of 2 to 3 people might be a little difficult. Yeah. But we're gonna try to.
We would probably be talking about the match of Swerve versus Shane Taylor for like an hour.
Yeah.
Like, what went into this? What was went into you guys betting actual money? Did you expect the fans to put money in?
See, that's a me idea right there. Yeah. So 100%. Well, I want them on to talk about that. Another news bit, just because I saw it yesterday and I did the article. JBL was apparently supposed to be part of Slammiversary.
I saw that too.
The way he tells it, he was going to help Santana win. The way he is describing it, he was going to help Santana win.
Why do all the biggest liars in wrestling have podcasts at this point? That's what my question is.
He was going to be part of TNA through the end of the year, too, according to him. It wasn't a one-off. He'd been on TV, multiple times. Like, say what you will about JBL. This storyline where he went around to all these companies and whispered, and the fact that it's going to pay off nowhere is absolutely hilarious to me.
He's only appearing still in one company. It's AAA.
Sure. There should have been a payoff to it, though. Like, if you're going to do something like this, pay it off. I don't care if the payoff's not satisfying. You got to at least pay it off. Get Nick Nemeth out there on Thursday and say he called JBL and JBL couldn't make. Like, mention it, axe it, be done with it. At least pay it off, though, and make it mean something. Because it's worse. I'd rather have a non-satisfying conclusion like A-Town Down Under. Because, that was not a satisfying conclusion. I'd rather that than just they acted like they split and here comes Austin Theory singles person and Waller's now with New Day and no mention of A-Town Down Under. Give me a dissatisfying payoff over pretending like shit never happened and I'm supposed to put the puzzle pieces together myself. Much rather that. But with JBL, we're going to pretend like he never showed up and didn't affect the main event for months at the end.
He cost Joe Hendry at Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
But and then inconspicuously helped. He helped Joe Hendry at Genesis. Like, what?
What if the payoff was JBL helping Joe Hendry and we got a Joe Hendry heel turn at Slammiversary? What if that was the payoff?
That would have been somehow worse.
That would have ruled.
No, I don't know if it's worse than Trick Williams getting his hand raised by Carlos Silva, and Carlos Silva looking like he's about to sit down in a cuck chair. As Trick fucks his TNA.
What if it ruled like, or what if that was the payoff? Joe Hendry beating Trick Williams and Mike Santana with the help of JBL.
I'm starting to think that TNA isn't ran well. I'm starting to think that.
Joe Hendry gets a heel turn. Heel Joe Hendry. I don't even know what that would look like.
Yeah, that's probably worse than Trick Williams winning, actually.
he's doing his parody songs, but he's a heel now, so they're like worse somehow.
He's gonna make a remix of Maria Maria for Santana. Maria.
What if he was like super serious heel? He doesn't even do the parody songs. He just comes out, he cuts the "You People" promo to prove he's ready for WWE.
Like you guys turned on me. You chose Santana over me.
You laughed at my title reign. You laughed when I went to WrestleMania. You said I was a joke because I lost.
Somehow that's actually sounds better than Bully Ray coming out to do Team 3D versus the Hardys in 2025. This whole pay-per-view, it was like how did they go from AJ Styles coming out after Leon Slater has the match of the night with Moose to freaking crazy ass ladder match with people's dicks becoming cushions for their falls and freaking Bully Ray coming out the jail, and then Bully Ray going on Busted Open and saying that Bound for Glory is going to sell more tickets than Slammiversary because he's on it.
Is that what he said?
Yep.
Joel and I had that conversation yesterday. It's like, you can lie and say that it will sell more tickets, but like they announced, 7,700 biggest North American attendance of all time for them.
Yeah, I think it was 7,623. Yeah.
So now you're gonna say you did, like they're running a smaller arena. Granted, we saw that Joel and I figured out that you can get like 10,000 in there for wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
If you're running that small of an arena, not that it's small, but if you're running a smaller arena, you're basically saying you're going to do less. Otherwise, you would run a bigger arena, Like, it's not going to be true. It's 3 months away. Do you know how many opportunities they have to screw up in 3 months?
They'll be a part of probably all the NXT major shows. They're going to do an NXT show on the weekend of All Out.
Well, they've already got the NXT show Heat Wave on the weekend of Forbidden Door. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm saying they're going to probably do an NXT show on the weekend of All Out.
Probably.
They'll probably do No Mercy on the weekend of All Out.
But do you know how many opportunities they have to screw up in 3 months? You give TNA 3 months? They have so many chances to fuck this up. And they will. Because they're TNA.
They will. Because they're TNA.
I hope they bring in JBL, though. I hope JBL's like the special guest referee for Santana and Trick Williams.
JBL, finish your story. Finish your story. Finish your story.
TNA's going to view it as like a win that the TNA title is going to be. It was on Raw during a commercial break last night. They're going to view it as the win that like it's in a segment with The Undertaker tonight.
Hey, Trick had a good promo. I will give him that.
Yeah. I hope The Undertaker just like looks at it. Just like, what are you, some kind of mark carrying around a fake title? How much did you pay for that thing?
Bury them softly, dead man. Bury me softly.
We didn't carry around fake titles back in my day. We carried around guns and knives.
We didn't carry around titles from second-rate promotions. That pissant company.
You marks nowadays with your fake titles. You don't see me with this LFG title, which is more real than yours.
I keep it in my bedroom on my side of the bed. My wife ain't
Michelle
getting it.
McCool with it. Be like, this is what you ain't gonna win in season 2.
You ain't gonna win it. It's coming back home, baby, but to my side of the bedroom. Rest in peace.
Dude, The Undertaker's podcast is hilarious. This dude who is so protective of his gimmick, now just talking about like appearing nude in ESPN The Body magazine. Michelle McCool just like giving him shit about things too.
Yo, that was the whole dynamic of their interview. Every time I see a clip from their podcast, I'm like, yeah, this is the dynamic that I got when I did the interview with them. It's just them basically trolling each other. It's like talking to me and my missus.
It's hilarious. Like, I'm all for it.
Same.
Again, I don't care about the Undertaker's current opinion on wrestling, although at least he is still involved and training the next generation. So I do care about his opinion more than someone who hasn't been in the business for 20 years and admits they don't watch the product. But the Undertaker and Michelle McCool just like telling stories and like little anecdotes about their lives and stuff. Like, that's cool by me. Yeah. Their podcast, like, it's legitimately, I don't know if I'd listen to it if I wasn't, essentially paid to listen to it, but it's legitimately like a fun little podcast. Like, I don't have an issue.
I would say it's number 2 behind the Cody podcast as far as the WWE, the WWE podcast.
Cody's got it figured out because he's like, let's get drunk and just bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's the way to do it. That's why Cody's got it figured out. All right. You want to wrap up with basketball for once? Usually it's the opening of the show, but wrap up with some basketball talk. You mentioned it earlier. Marcus Smart to the Lakers. Okay. All right.
Smart move by the Lakers.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sure.
We needed a perimeter defender. We needed a wing that can lock people down. Marcus Smart is that person.
Lock people down at this point. I truly don't know what you're gonna get from Marcus Smart. I know what Marcus Smart was in his prime. I know how good Marcus Smart was. He was Defensive Player of the Year 4 years ago. I don't know what you're getting out of a 31-year-old Marcus Smart who has played 5 games over the past 2 seasons.
He's gonna play 4 times that amount.
Okay.
I am sure of that. And look, we needed a perimeter defender. I think that the acquisitions that we got this offseason are not the worst. We didn't have the worst offseason, which it was looking like in that first week. That first week of free agency, it looked like we had the worst offseason. I think that there is legitimately 3 to 4 teams that have had a worse offseason than us. That's why I said the fair rating, the fair grade to give Rob Pelinka is like a C+. I think Lakers fans will convince themselves to go as high as a B-, but I think if we're being realistic, it's like a C+.
It feels like the Lakers walked into Walmart and they were looking for a new DVD that was out. What just came out on DVD? And they're like, these are a little too expensive here. Then they went to the bargain bin. They're like, what's here in the bargain bin? What can we get? Oh, a used copy of
Like Mike.
Used copy of Like Mike. Oh, this is good. We'll take this. Ooh, the Matrix trilogy. All of it. We get the whole Matrix trilogy for $5. Like, that sounds good in theory. Sure. That's what it feels like. It feels like they went to the bargain. Like DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart.
Hey, because
they sound good in theory.
We got too much money on our books anyway. We're gonna have to pay Austin Reeves if we want to keep him next offseason. We have LeBron who opted in. He's getting paid $59 million, $60 million basically this season. Luka Doncic is a max player. Like, yeah, we weren't gonna get the big free agents. I wish that we would have gotten one of the bigs that went to freaking Houston. I knew we weren't gonna keep DFS, but like we could have got one of the bigs that went to Houston at least. They got 3 of them. But hey, we got the best of what we can get. So it's a C+ off season for my Los Angeles Lakers. I think that Marcus Smart is going to play a lot more games than he has over the last 2 years, and he's got a team, and especially it hurts Boston Celtics fans, so that's an added bonus for us.
Fair, that's fair. I like Marcus Smart. I was I give Boston a lot of credit for making that move when they did, because it would have been very easy to just keep Marcus Smart. He'd been there for the whole time with the Jays and everything. It was a bold move to make, and the fact that they made it and they won, I did feel a little bad for Marcus Smart. It's like, this is a guy, again, in his prime, at his peak. It's a guy you want on your team. He's a good playmaker, good shooter, great defensive player. Every team should want a player like Marcus Smart. I just don't know what Marcus Smart is giving you at this stage of his career with what we've seen the past few seasons and the injuries. And
Marcus Smart reclamation project.
Hey, maybe it happens. Maybe it happens. We shall see. Chris Paul to the Clippers. The Clippers have a hell of a team on NBA 2K 2018. Just a hell of a team.
2K15 more like it.
2018, that team would have been good. Nah, 2018, that team still would have been really good.
Chris Paul was still Chris Paul. He'll get injured in the playoffs.
But the Rockets went to the conference finals in 2018 with Paul.
And what happened in the conference finals?
Sure, but now they've got Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard. 2018 Kawhi Leonard, I guess he would have been hurt, so maybe that wouldn't have been
exactly.
too great.
That's why you go 2015 when Kawhi wasn't getting hurt all the time. Chris Paul was a little bit more durable. He just never made it past the second round. But you put this team in 2015 in 2K15, you're winning the championship. Brook Lopez in 2015.
Here's the thing. I don't think the Clippers are making bad moves, though. They're
just not making moves that are looking towards the future. They're looking towards like this year.
They're hoping to win this year, and if they don't win this year, I have no idea what this team looks like. Is this team good enough to win this year? Debatable. They got depth because you expect Chris Paul to miss some games, even though he played in every game last year. Beal's probably going to miss games. Kawhi's probably going to miss games. Harden's very durable. He doesn't miss a ton of games. But you got now insurance policies, unless all these guys are out at once, which is possible. Very possible. But if, let's say Paul misses a game. Well, Harden and Beal are there. Beal misses. Well, Paul and Harden are there. John Collins is there. They got some depth there. So I don't hate what the Clippers have done. Is it going to matter come the playoffs? Debatable. The Clippers become the Clippers in the playoffs. And they're still led by a guy who notoriously doesn't get it done in the playoffs.
I'll never forget every person who told me the Clippers were going to be better than the Lakers back in 2020. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Phil Lindsay. You were one of them.
They got your favorite coach, Tyronn Lue. He's
one of my favorites. One of the best. One of the best in the business. Don't get me wrong. I like Tyronn Lue, but is what it is. These Clippers, they're not for the future. That's for sure.
Now, they got to win this year, they got to win this year,
and they're not going to win this year. So what are we talking? They're not even. These moves don't even make them, to me, a top 4 team in the Western Conference.
Really, they were 5th last year.
Yeah. They're not. They haven't improved enough to be a top 4. I would give them 5th at best, but realistically, I would put them 6th. So who's your top
4?
Top 4 would be Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
It would be the Houston Rockets, the Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, Los Angeles Lakers.
I'm iffy on the Timberwolves. You're gonna see an improved Anthony Edwards, 100%. You're gonna see an improved Anthony Edwards. The rest that they lost Nickel Walker-Alexander. He was really good coming off the bench for them. No real replacement there. You got to see if some of their young guys are gonna step up, and that's debatable if they do or not. Julius Randle, okay. Rudy Gobert, okay. I'm iffy on the Timberwolves.
Okay.
Lakers, kind of same thing. I gotta I gotta see what this team actually looks like. I kind of like the Clippers more than the Lakers and the Timberwolves right now. Not by much. I think all three of those teams are just interchangeable.
Yeah, that's fair, but I don't have any faith in the Clippers. Like you just said, all those players they're probably not playing all 82 games. I have more confidence in the top two for the Lakers as well as the Anthony Edwards period for the Minnesota Timberwolves to play the majority of the games to get them where they need to be.
But they still finished 5th last year with Kawhi missing half the season. Like they still finished above the Timberwolves
because they have one of the best coaches.
Okay, but their coach hasn't changed, so I'm legitimately giving
I'm
credit.
I'm saying that Tyronn Lue will stay the same. JJ Redick will get better as a coach, and that's going to make the Lakers above the Clippers.
All right, we'll see if that happens. I don't know with the Lakers are going to be fascinating because they're the Lakers, but they're going to be even more fascinating with this LeBron stuff. I have no idea how this plays out. It could be something. It's going to be something. Yeah. Even if
we don't play well, you're gonna hear the rumors and the reports that he wants to leave. He wants to get traded.
If they lose 2 straight games, you're gonna hear those rumors. If they lose 1 game, you're gonna hear that stuff.
Get me Garland and Jared Allen, please.
The Cavs can't do that trade because of the apron and everything. It's got to be like a one. Like they can't. I don't think the Cavs should do that trade either.
Give me Jared Allen. I'll take Jared Allen. LeBron for Jared Allen and a draft pick, a first round draft pick.
I don't think the Cavs should do that.
Hey, they got Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley can play center.
Sure. I think they like having both of them. I think the Cavs are comfortable with where they're at, and they feel that the injuries were a reason why they lost last year, which partially true.
Yeah.
And now with the East looking like the East, why wouldn't the Cavs just run it back and hope that they're just healthy in the playoffs this year? I mean, I favor the Cavs against any of these teams.
Yeah, I do.
In the East.
They have the best chance to win next season.
So I don't blame the Cavs for just feeling like, all right, if we're healthy, we can just run this back and be fine.
Who did the Knicks hire again as their coach?
Oh, do you really not remember?
I really don't. Mike Brown?
Mike Brown.
Oh yeah. I think I tried to forget. I was like, because I had Knicks fans trying to tell me that this is a good move for them. I'm like, okay.
If the answer is Mike Brown, the statement is never great.
I think Dallas Mavericks might be in that top mix in the West. If Cooper Flag is who he's hyped up to be, and Anthony Davis can stay healthy at least until Kyrie gets back, I think they would be a problem.
All right. I mean, Cooper's got to play above his weight, and yeah, Anthony. You want to talk about guys missing games? I mean, come on now.
Hey, he plays the first half of the season pretty well. Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm still down with Anthony Davis, top 5 defensive player of the year.
Okay. All right. That's your prerogative to believe that Anthony Davis is going to be that good. He might get some MVP votes this year, honestly.
He might.
He's healthy.
He might. If Dallas is in that mix, in that top mix, they might.
Do you know who my MVP is for this year?
Who's your MVP?
No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. The MVP of the NBA. Yeah, I'm not making this up. For AEW Rampage, ladies and gentlemen, the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's my MVP pick this year.
Seriously?
Yeah. I think Giannis is going to be on a full-on mission this year. He's going to get the Bucks top 4 somehow. He's going to get the Bucks top 4.
I can see that.
And he's going to put up absurd numbers doing it. And he's going to end up with the MVP.
I can see that.
That's my
I
prediction.
can see that.
And
That's not a bad prediction. I'm going with Luka Doncic.
Okay. We'll see.
Run it back.
All right, that's not bad.
I said Shea. I said Shea last year.
Yeah.
I broke my streak of going with Luka, and I finally got it right. So I'm going right back to Luka.
We'll see. All right,
Keep
folks.
the shit
We'll
going, Luka.
We'll talk more. Yeah, Giannis is gonna average 40 just to keep them in these games. I'm with those here. Like, he's gonna put up some absurd ass numbers this year. Absurd numbers. They gotta get.
This would be his third league MVP.
I think so. He's gotta. They don't have anybody to handle the ball. Like, he's gonna be the only person on this team scoring. He's gonna average a triple-double. That's another prediction. Triple-double Giannis.
I can see that.
While playing defense. That's what we're getting from Giannis. I think Shea's going to not necessarily take a step back, but I think Shea is going to not do quite as much in the regular season.
Yeah. We're going to see J-Dub and Chet's stats go up. So it's just...
Chet for sure.
Yeah.
Chet for sure. I'm excited about year 3 Chet. Really feels like year 2 because
Yeah,
he missed
really
most
it
of last
is.
year. But
No.
yeah, year 3 Chet. Yeah, who's the Kuzma and Turner? Those are the second
Turner.
options.
Turner is really
on
the
the
second
Bucks.
option.
Yeah, Miles Turner's not a second option.
No, he's at best a third.
Yeah, very much at best. Very much at best. I guess he was technically the third option on the Pacers.
Yeah.
Although they were
We got
third
a big
option
three,
by
though.
committee.
Disrespecting us, but we got a big 3. We got a big 4 with
Four.
with
Don't
DeAndre
say
Ayton.
No, absolutely.
DeAndre Ayton, he's going to put up.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, DeAndre Ayton's averaging 15 between 15 to 18 points and 8 to 10 rebounds this year. You heard it here first.
Okay. Don't say that's a big 4 with DeAndre Ayton.
If he's averaging like 18 and 10, that's not big 4
18?
consideration.
He's not averaging 18.
18 and 10.
He's not.
That's the upside.
Points.
That's the upside. Downside, he's averaging 15 and 8. That's still a good 4th option.
He's not averaging 18 points.
He's going to average 15 and 8 minimum.
Okay.
Dominating.
Mm.
Dominating.
I do love that nickname. It's hilarious because he's never dominated. So it's a very funny nickname that he gave himself. No one gave him that nickname. He gave that himself.
Dama 8 and 10.
He gave it to himself. That's a very funny nickname. We'll see. They don't have a big 4. Don't put DeAndre Ayton in big 4. Stop it. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that, Skip. Oh, let me do an ESPN thing. Let me do an ESPN thing right fast. This is a fully ESPN thing. I'm just trolling with this. Is the Lakers big 3 the most overrated big 3 of all time?
What,
That's
the
your
current
big
big 3?
Yeah, LeBron, Luka, Austin Reeves. Are they
Yeah.
the most overrated big 3 ever?
No.
Why?
No, hell no.
Why?
That's KD, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal.
Yeah, that's fair. And I was doing an ESPN thing. They'll never call the Lakers overrated. They'll be like, are they the best big 3 ever who hasn't accomplished anything? Yeah, they'll never call the Lakers overrated, but I was trying to go with the overrated. They would call the Clippers overrated. Are the new look Clippers the most overrated team of all time? I don't know. They haven't played a game together.
Yeah.
Let me at least see them play a game before I call them overrated.
At least let them have to play the game together. And even then, they're still not the most overrated. Most overrated super team would be freaking KG, Paul Pierce, Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, Brooklyn Nets, yeah. That team. Oof. That was rough. The Nets haven't recovered. They almost recovered.
Still haven't recovered since.
Yeah, they almost recovered. And then Kevin Durant's toe was on the line.
Poor little Ting Ting. Poor little Ting Ting.
All right, folks. Let's get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. SP3 and I'll be back on Thursday. Maybe we'll have more hoops to talk about. I don't know. I don't think too much is going to happen in the league between now and Thursday. But we'll see. We shall see. SP3, let them know where you're at.
Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. I'll be live in about 30 minutes or so on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel to break down Monday Night Raw, Rated Raw review. I'm guessing Romeo won't be there because Top Guy JJ will be there, and Romeo thinks he could take days off if I have another co-host with me. So Join me and JJ talking about last night's Monday Night Raw, and somehow, some way, we'll still do over 90 minutes of the show because we'll have other things to talk about outside of Monday Night Raw because there wasn't much to talk about there. Hopefully Romeo's is there so he can try to defend the show because he will try.
He will try. Romeo's probably just being sad about the Yankees right now and the state of that team. So I feel for Romeo.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
For him. Yeah. SP3 and I'll be back on Thursday.
We didn't preview NXT. It's a big show tonight, apparently.
We talked about The Undertaker calling TNA a second-rate company, and that's all that matters.
Obafemi, Yoshihiko Inamura, or Josh Briggs?
I don't think Oba's ever losing this title.
He's never losing the title. Is this Obafemi for the win? Ethan Page is having a celebration of some time. I don't know. For North American title.
North American champion ever. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. There's other stuff. Things will happen on NXT. It's NXT. The one thing you can always say about NXT is shit will happen.
It will. And that is false, La Soul. He said 18-10, SP3 on the good stuff. If he has signed anywhere else, you say he'd average 5-5. If he had signed anywhere else, I wouldn't be talking about him. So that's a lie. You don't know me that
well. Yeah, Blake Monroe, Ren Sinclair. All right. That's sure. We'll see. We'll see about that.
Blake will win, and Jordan Grace will chase after her. Post-match.
I'll be back tomorrow with Joel talking NXT, sadly, talking whatever else is going on in the world of wrestling. Happy Case and Wallace Day to those who celebrate. See everybody tomorrow.